Good, everybody. Q and Colb here for another great episode. We got some super chats to start off the show. Shout out to the early gang. Shout out to Ray Rag. Shout out to Cam Cut Ups. Y'all always show up and show out. Ray Rag says, I don't think Sanders stands get if they weren't as vocal as they are, this fan base would have already embraced him after Sunday. It is kind of counterproductive.
They are all extremely counterproductive. Let's call it what it is. They're so
I'm like, bro, everybody arguing about like we in a decent place. Like the quarterback on the roster's developing. We might get the number 1 overall pick. Seems like we got options at quarterback, which is nothing we haven't been able to say for a very long time. But everybody mad. That's the thing that's crazy. It's like everybody is mad after every game, and it's driving me nuts. Cam's Cut Up says, am I crazy to think Kevin will get hired elsewhere? Report was an AB leak, potentially trying to hype up Kev for a trade. I don't know if that's what he was trying to do, but I do think it's possible that, you know, he was putting that out there to be like, this is why we're not firing him.
I also thought the Tommy Reese stuff was very interesting.
That was also interesting, right?
That was very interesting.
Yeah, that was Mary Kay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was very, very interesting.
But the thing is, too, Mary Kay's been kind of like, it ain't been what it used to. You feel me?
I feel what you're saying.
Not with this organization specifically.
Yeah,
right?
Since AB been here.
Since AB done took over, it's like a lot of times they be sending her some bullshit. Like,
also, you saw what they were talking about on ESPN Cleveland?
What were they talking about on ESPN Cleveland?
Andrew Berry gets a quote unquote promotion.
Oh yeah, he's already
the GM.
So I talked about this earlier this year with Daniel of ESPN, Daniel Oyefusi. Oyefusi, my bad.
Yeah, Oyefusi. Shout out Daniel, by the way.
Big shout, man.
Good dude.
He a fast riser, so I don't think he's gonna be here long. But like, he's a really good at his job. You know what I mean? Yeah. But big shout out to Big Dan. But yeah, I was talking about this with him, I think like 2 months ago, but he was like, he's already president of football ops. Like,
is he president or is he vice president?
He's executive vice president of football ops, but that just means that's president. Like, that just means Jimmy's president, right? Like, and then everybody else who has a division under them is executive vice president.
So basically,
he can't be promoted. Like,
they can make up
a position for him and
to
then
promote him.
Yeah, they can make up a position, but I don't see why they would do that unless they're worried about one of their assistants leaving. Like, I don't think Glenn Cook might get a job somewhere.
I doubt it.
Kathleen is really the one you got to keep, but like, I understand that it's not going to be a situation where, I mean, she would break ground if she was hired somewhere to be a GM.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, honestly, if that's something they wanted to do, just if that's something they wanted to do, where like AB gets I guess you could put AB into the Paul DePodesta role now, since Paul's gone.
But Paul's role was never that, though.
like you know what I'm saying? I guess you could do
that. Paul's role was that, and this has been my point for a long time. Everything that people think Paul DePodesta was doing is Andrew Berry's job.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm trying to like.
There's nowhere up for him to go. He's the second man. Like,
because what was Paul's title?
Was he like long-term strategic development or some shit like that?
He was like, I think he was.
Curtis, if you could look it up and then pull it up for us, I greatly appreciate it.
Strategic
development, I think.
It's strategic something.
Yeah,
like, and I'm just like, I guess if you wanted to quote unquote promote AB, like you just give him that.
But they're not going to fill that role anymore because that role existed after the whole like Johnny Manziel, Mike Pettin debacle. And they wanted to just get a structure in place so that Jimmy didn't have to run the team day to day.
Paul D. Podesta was the chief strategy officer. That's what his role was.
Chief strategy
officer.
Yes, that's what he was.
Which is a position that has no need to exist. That's why he hasn't been in the building less and less the last 2 years, and why he took a different job.
He was a part-time employee. That brother was only in 3 days out of the week. Showed up on Monday. I'll see you on Wednesday.
Going from executive vice president to chief something is probably a downgrade.
I mean, I don't know. Like the whole giving him a promotion thing. I'm just like, what? Like, unless you
could just call him president of football ops.
Yeah, operations. Yeah, and then I guess
it's the same role he has right now. Like I'm telling people right now.
This is the thing though. Even in a situation where like you make Catherine or you make Glenn the GM or whatever, if you promote Andrew Berry, he's still gonna be running he's still gonna be running the entire operation. The
only reason there's a couple of other reasons why I think it could be necessary, right? Because right now the way the Browns are structured, there's Andrew Berry, and then there's Kevin. If there is no Kevin, you might want somebody else to be number two. And then that's why you promote a GM, give him a promotion, and then the new structure is Andrew Berry, I think it probably should be Catherine Racine, and then whoever you hire is the new head coach, who will, let's face it, and I think we need to live in the reality. If you fire Kevin Stefanski, you're hiring an inexperienced guy to run this team. That's the only quality candidate you're going to be able to get. You're not getting anybody qualified who could get a better job.
You have to hire an up and comer.
You gotta dig deep. Okay. You gotta trust the process. That's what it is. You are hiring somebody you have never heard of. Okay.
And honestly, I think people need to like brace themselves for this. If they fire Kevin, I think the likelihood that they hire a defensive guy this go round of coaches, like this coaching search, is probably high.
Yeah, which is probably why you shouldn't do it. But
because like you would probably have to hire a defensive guy to take this job.
Yeah, you're probably talking about like Shula, I would just prefer doing something like, okay, like I just don't know what they could do to feel good about it for the next 5 years, right? So
yeah, you're talking about them hiring Shula from the Rams, who's their defensive coordinator. You're talking about them hiring maybe Jesse Minter from the Chargers, who's their defensive coordinator.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Colb. I don't even think we're picking from that list.
I'm talking about like guys you would want like on the high end of who could take this job. Like those are probably the guys you're hoping for that they could get.
And I'm thinking that they're probably just gonna go, if that's like the top end options, they're gonna scrap that and probably just go, okay, we're just going to hire somebody nobody's heard of, but our process thinks that they're going to be a really good fit. Like it will be a fully processed hire, and it will not be sexy. Like you're not bringing in John Gruden or something goofy like that. No, you're not getting Kirk Cignetti from Indiana or something like that. Like it's not going to be sexy. You're going to have we're going to be struggling to find images to put thumbnails up for this motherfucker. This is what I'm telling you. That's gonna be real unsexy. Because right now they're talking about how much they want to keep both their coordinators, and it's like, that's interesting. Right?
you know who would likely be okay with keeping both coordinators at this point? Somebody who coaches defense. To be honest with you. Somebody who coaches defense.
Or my fear, they go for Coach Judge Joe Brady.
Oh no, they're not going to hire Joe Brady.
Yeah, special teams coach. They need to fill the special teams vacancy.
They're not going to.
Yeah, Judge Joe Brady. Be careful what you wish for, Cole.
They're not going to hire Joe Brady. Now, see, now Robert Saleh.
I think people are overlooking the amount of issues that come with Robert Saleh here.
Hey, man.
You want to go back to the 4-2-5 zone defense that this personnel specifically struggled with?
I really don't, but I'm hoping that he would be able to adjust.
His whole system of y'all not adjusted, Cole? What you talking about?
I hope people like, hey, like, yeah.
Or Tyvus talk about their defense. It is rigid. There's no adjusting. Did we not live through this with Joe Woods? We're like, they got to adjust the defense and do more man principles. And then everybody who was in that defense was like, nah, that's not how that worked. That's not how any of that shit works. Like, no, you commit to that fully. And that's a problem for me. Okay. Like, I'm not gonna risk breaking the defense. The only thing that fucking works on this team right now.
Yeah, especially because like they couldn't do it. Like they could not do it. They could not do it with Jones here. Like,
and like also like, you know what I mean, this is the awkward thing about the perception versus the reality right now. But like Shedeur does look like he's developing well, and somebody's gonna get credit for that.
Maybe it's Tommy.
Maybe it's Tommy, but if you're saying to yourself, well, we're going to draft a young quarterback, right? Let's say the Browns decide that that's what they want to do. It's certainly where they're leaning towards wanting to do. Like for everybody who, you know, wants to fight it, like the Browns would like to draft a quarterback if they can.
Hold on, because we need to talk about this like in a serious way for people to understand. But we'll get there in a second.
Yeah,
we'll get there in a second.
But like the Browns would like to draft a quarterback if they can. That is well known. And if you're looking at what Kevin's doing, the main thing you've been concerned about over the last 2 years is like, hey, man, does this guy know what he's doing with quarterbacks? And then if you're like, well, you know, you got Shedeur in there. Shedeur's pocket habits look a lot better. He's playing on time. Maybe Kevin does know what he's doing with quarterbacks again. And then, you know, you just go, well, why fire him? I don't think they want to fire Kevin, too. Like, that's the thing. They might have to fire Kevin. They don't want to do it. Like, if they can find a reason to keep him, they will.
Which is honestly like very funny when you think about the perception of Jimmy Haslam as an owner and just like the owner. Like, they're probably like, they probably like. I honestly don't like. It's pretty clear to me, and we need to establish this too. They're not firing Andrew Berry. Everybody's pretty much accepted that for what it is. Like, he's not getting fired. No matter what happens, like he's going to be here next year.
There's no justification to fire him, man. Like there's just
after the draft he just had. There's no justification.
Got 111 yards. Like it's just there's no justification.
Like, yeah, you can't fire him. You can't fire him. Let's be real. You can't fire him. So he's going to be here, but keeping the GM and then bringing in another coach. I mean, the Giants are doing it now, but like. It usually don't like. I don't really.
I'll push back on that.
Where it really worked? Has it like worked anywhere except for like? Did the Eagles do it? The Eagles did it, right? The Eagles.
Philadelphia has done it a ton.
Yeah, Howie.
Yeah, well, Howie fired Andy Reid.
Yeah,
brought in Chip Kelly. Fired Chip Kelly. Brought in Doug Peterson. Fired Doug Peterson. And then brought in and won 2 Super Bowls in the process.
Yeah, so it can work. It can work.
And then the same thing with Jason Light in Tampa Bay, and what's his name out there with the Los Angeles Rams. Jason Light got brought in with Lovie Smith in Tampa Bay. Jason Light got brought in with Jeff Fisher, right? So the perception is it doesn't work. But if you look around the league and you look at the teams that are perennially in the playoffs, there's like 4 or 5 of them that have fired their coach, kept their GM.
All three of those teams have won Super Bowls under those GMs' watch too, by the way.
No, I mean, like with Jason Light, it's kind of like, yeah, you got Tom Brady.
Did they win the Super Bowl? Yes or not? Did they win the Super Bowl?
It's not like you discovered something, but yeah,
did they win the Super Bowl? Yeah, okay, there we go. All three.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If LeBron got to fight for his ring to matter in the pandemic, like we gotta at least be like, hey, bro, you did get Tom Brady. Like,
hey, somebody had to close the deal. Like,
yeah, like I mean, Tom closed the deal for all you can tell, but he is a really good GM. Like all jokes aside, right?
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, so it can work, and that's probably, and I'm sure that's something that Jimmy or whoever is around Jimmy has pointed out. If I have pointed that out to me, like, hey, you kept like these organizations kept their GM. because they felt good about their GM and it worked out. To Andrew Berry's credit, they've made the playoffs twice under his watch when things are normal, or at least close to normal.
It's funny too, because like people will bring up, oh, he's only been to the playoffs twice. And like they'll be like, that's why Kevin's a fraud. And I'm like, I don't think you understand. Going to the playoffs twice in Cleveland is an accomplishment. Like, that's 2 times more. That's 100% more playoff runs than we have seen our entire life before Kevin Stefanski got hired. Like, we have
people acting like that doesn't matter, and that's not going to be something that's significant. It's just
like it's just something Cleveland can throw away. It's like, oh yeah, this guy got to the playoffs twice. Like,
it's disingenuous.
The casual attitude around firing your franchise's best coach since '99 is just kind of funny to me. It just says a lot for how tired people are for what the current situation has been, and who they blame for it. But the idea that you're just going to fire Kevin, it's going to be this easy peasy thing. Like you firing Mike Pettin is just crazy. Like, no, it's not they don't want to do this. Like,
this is not firing Freddie Kitchens.
Yeah.
Like, this is not
want to do this at all.
Like, this is not that at all. This is not.
If they fire Kevin, it'll be against their will. They don't want to do it. Like, they want to keep Kevin. Andrew does not want to fire him. Andrew does not want to look for a coach. This is not plan A for them, is to fire Kevin. It might be plan A for a lot of the fans, but for them, no, that's not what they're trying to do. But so, you know, and look, they talked about it at the beginning of the season. They're judging this season by player development. And it's like, you're looking at player development on the offensive side. I'm not that upset.
I mean, and this is another thing too that people have to understand when we talk about the Browns. There's no other organization in sports that has rookies contributing more to whatever the outcomes are on the football field than the Cleveland Browns right now. Number 2 is actually the Tennessee Titans, which
oh my God, which by the way, we thought we had bad receiving options. Nah. They
we
have
do, but it's
worse. No, like I was like, oh, the difference between Jerry Jeudy and everybody on their roster is massive. like Cam Ward would murder somebody to have Jerry Jeudy and deal with Jerry Judy's bullshit. Like that is bad. Cam Ward threw 3 of the best passes I've seen all year, and they didn't get caught. I was watching that game like, damn, maybe I am too harsh on Cam Ward, but they not catching none of that shit.
And honestly, bro, I've seen some cut-ups of like people doing like, this is what Cam Ward is dealing with on a game-to-game basis. And I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe Cam isn't bad, actually.
Shout out to Justin Mello, because I was talking to Justin Mello, who works for the Draft Network. He also does stuff for the Tennessee Titans. And he was like, I don't think people understand how bad these wide receivers are. I'm like, okay, I'm excited to see on Sunday just how bad they are. I was not prepared, Cole. Oh, it's bad, dog. Like, at least we got Harold Faded and David Njoku. They're like, okay, Chickazim, take it away. like that's it. They got Chigokaku and maybe Elik Ayamaner and that what DK? Chimere DK?
Yeah, DK.
Yeah, he's a kick returner. Like it's like,
bro, it's bad. Like I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna chill on Cam because it's bad out here, dog.
I'm like, maybe they are right about the tape.
Because they are selling Cam every drive, dog. He really did. He threw some dots out there, dog, and they was not trying to have it.
Floated right to the dude's hands, and it just popped off. I'm like, wow.
I know he's sick and tired, bro. I know he's sick and tired, dog.
He back there like, it's been the story of my life. Like
they gotta get him some receiver. Hey, they might.
Bro, he throwing the Xavier Restrepo.
Yeah, they about to trade back and take Cardinal Tate, dog.
Like, Xavier Restrepo run like a 5 flat to combine. Like
I think he did run actually like
he ran a shockingly slow 40.
And people were like, "Oh yeah, he injured his hamstring and things like that." I'm like,
yeah, I remember that was an immediate off my board from Colb.
yeah. I was like, people were trying to argue with me. I was like, bro, he ran a 5 flat. It's over. Like, no,
yeah,
no,
yeah, man.
like, you can't even work with a 5.
And look, no fan of Cam Ward over here, right? Like, not been somebody supportive of Cam Ward, but I was watching that game like, I feel sorry for this dude. Like, holy shit. Could you imagine the discourse if those were the wide receivers Shedeur was throwing to? Like, oh my God. They think it's bad. Bro, Shedeur was throwing the wide receivers the quality of the Titans in preseason. like it's nuts. Yeah, that's bro, what that man dealing with in a regular season. You know how bad you got to be like, man, I can't wait. I can't wait till Xavier Restrepo gets it back off of IR.
Like, it's just, it's like,
woo. It's tough for Cam out there. We want to talk about somebody, I think, dropped the super chat about it, or maybe it was just a regular chat. But Curtis, if you can find it, could you bring up the one clip chat from somebody talking about how the rest of the season is actually sabotage for Shedeur Sanders? Because I couldn't believe that. You know, and I'm not even gonna give him that. I could absolutely believe this came from the Nightcap podcast.
yeah, 100%,
1,000,000%. It came from the Nightcap podcast. But basically, in the new drop for what's a sabotage for Shedeur Sanders, right? Which is interesting because it started with him not getting first team reps as a 5th round pick is sabotage. Then it was, hey, he's not starting in the preseason. That's sabotage, right? Was there more sabotage in there that I'm missing?
I don't think so.
Okay, this is a super chat. Someone said, y'all saw Shannon Sharp, hard to call him Unc anymore, says the Browns starting 12 to make him look bad because they're playing good competition. My brain hurts. I don't get the logic behind playing Shedeur against a Bears defense that leads the league in takeaways but are prone to shootouts. The Bills, their defense has played better, but they're inconsistent because they can't stop the run. The Steelers, I don't know what kind of defense you're going to get. One week they look decent, the other week they look like dog shit. And the Bengals have a XFL expansion team on defense. So
the Bengals are the worst defense in the league.
Statistically, the Bengals have one of the worst defenses in the league. They're towards the bottom in every statistical category. Every category.
Oh, also, I want to point this out really quick. I want to put this out since he brought up the Bengals game. If they lose these next 3, and they're probably going to lose these next 3 games against the Bears, the Bills, and the Steelers, they're not letting him play that last game. They're not even going to risk him messing up draft. No way. There's no way they're letting Shedeur play that last game. Absolutely not. No chance.
They could. You know how the NFL is, man. They could win a game they have no business winning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying if they lose the next 3, the Bengals are the last game we play.
And they go into that game basically with the number 1 pick on the line.
Yeah, they're not risking.
You think we're gonna see Bailey Zapp?
Oh yeah, 100%, 1,000%. Shedeur is gonna get an ankle injury. Dylan's gonna have a hip problem, and we are throwing out Bailey Zapp for last game.
We got to get Dylan to be injured.
Bailey Zapp is our starter. Why is Bailey Zapp starting? You know why Bailey Zapp is starting. like
bring back PJ.
We not playing anybody that matters in that game.
Miles need to get that sack record in 17 and 16.
You need to get that sack record in 16 because let me tell you something, brother. We are losing that last game.
Well, if we go back to the whole sabotage angle, it's like you don't play him as sabotage. You do play him as sabotage. What the fuck do you want the Browns to do?
This is the thing, bro. There's no winning in this Shedeur. In the Shedeur,
we played him. We named him the starter for the rest of the year, which is what they've been fucking begging for. Everybody's been begging for this. Just commit to him. Make him the starter. We commit to him. Make him the starter. I think y'all setting him up. What?
There's no winning.
What?
There's no winning. Everyone is against Shedeur at all times of the day, in any moment, everyone is always working against him. It's always to his detriment.
And this is the
even if
crazy
it's not
part.
the case.
This is the crazy part about this. Nothing has even gone against Shedeur's way. Like, he hasn't played bad in any of these games. I would expect this if he played bad next week. And this is like it feels like they're already anticipating him playing bad. And they want a built-in excuse to be like, no. Don't look at the fact that he played bad against two teams with over 500 records and good against two teams with under 500 records. Also happens to be the only two teams below the Browns in the draft order. Don't look at that. It's actually sabotage. Keep in mind, the Browns beat the fucking Packers this year without good quarterback play. like the idea that we are so bad we cannot compete with these teams is kind of crazy. But like, it's the NFL. Like, if the defense plays well against Buffalo and Shedeur plays well, you're probably going to have a chance to win here. Which is to my next point. Shedeur's going to have every opportunity in the world over this next 5 weeks. Is it 4 weeks or 5 weeks?
It's 4 weeks.
Yeah, over the next 4 weeks.
But really 3 weeks.
To play the Browns into a situation to where he's most likely to get the chance next year. If he wins games, he'll be fine. Now, I know people keep bringing up, well, what if it happens like Sunday where he plays great, but the Browns don't win? I'm like, well, I mean, that's not going to happen 4 weeks in a row. Yeah. But also, it's like, it could happen the other way where he could play like shit and the Browns can win. Definitely seen that this season.
And that's the worst case scenario, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That is the worst case scenario, by the way, is he looks bad, but they end up winning games and they win themselves out of being able to take a quarterback. Like, yeah, that's the worst case scenario.
The worst case scenario is we're talking about drafting Ty Simpson 15 for some shit like that, right? Yeah, like, let's trade back and get Ty. Like, if we in that conversation, we in hell, right? Right now, we not in hell. We talk about, oh yeah, well, Shedeur plays us out because he plays well and wins. We're fine with that, right? That feels more appealing than like Drew Aller. Right. And then if the Browns don't win any games for the rest of the season, well, then you got Mendoza or more. You're happy. Like, right now, it's a win-win. I don't know why the fuck everybody's so mad and on edge right now.
You know why? You know why his fan base is mad. This is why his fan base is mad.
Let me hear.
Because it's pretty clear. All right, they're going to lose out. At least these next 3 weeks, they're not going to win these games. They're not going to win these games, bro.
I don't know. I don't think Chicago is at that place. Like, I get that the record's good.
Are they like 9-4?
Yeah, but they're
9-4, but
they look shaky.
You have questions about them. Like, their passing game is not being crispy. Their running game is really good, but their defense, they lead the league in takeaways, but they're prone to get picked apart.
You don't watch the Bears and go, man, they look unbeatable.
They should to the Cleveland Browns. We're a 3-win team that just lost to the Titans, dog.
That's the thing about the Browns, though. Yeah, they did just lose to the Titans, and they have lost to the Jets. They also beat the Packers, who the Bears couldn't beat.
That was way earlier this season, though, bro. Like, I feel like the Bears. I feel like the Bears are
playing better quarterback play now than we were with the Green Bay Packers.
I mean, yeah.
Joe Michael was bad in that game. We forget. He was trash.
Yeah.
He threw like 2 interceptions in that bitch.
But this also goes to your other point. Like, Shedeur's played well against 2 teams that are behind us in the draft. And he played poorly against 2 teams that are good.
That is a fair point, right?
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying, like, at the very least, the quarterback play that Shedeur has produced has been within range of what we've been dealing with all season.
Okay.
And we were able to beat the Packers with that range of quarterback play.
Yes. I do not foresee the Cleveland Browns beating the Chicago Bears.
I want to predict it. It could happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
And by the way, Buffalo, that's shaky. A lot more possible than people think.
Shaky. They're shaky. They're shaky.
They look bad.
They look bad right now. They look bad right now. I'm not gonna lie. They look bad right now.
Their defense was giving up every third down conversion against the Bengals last week. Their defense is definitely gettable, but Josh Allen is Josh Allen, and also Josh Allen can have some dumb Josh Allen moments. That's for sure.
The Steelers are a tough one because they are better, but like,
are they really better?
Yeah. And they haven't won in Cleveland in like 5 years.
Yeah, well, I need them to win in Cleveland this year.
Browns can win 4 games and still get a top 3 pick. So I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world.
I don't think we can.
No, that's the projection right now. The Browns win 4 games, they get a top 3 pick. Like, because like there's a bunch of 3-win teams right now, but they all play each other.
And then there's how many 2-win teams are there?
There's 3, but the Giants and Raiders play each other.
And then the Titans play the Saints, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I need us to lose out, bro. I need us to lose out.
I think you could get to 4 and get the 3rd pick.
I need the second pick.
It's just the Bills and Steelers it's just the Bills and Steelers are so shaky. You don't know what you're going to get week to week. The Bills defense is really suspect. The Steelers defense is inconsistent and suspect. So who knows?
But this is the situation if you're Shedeur or if you're somebody who wants Shedeur to be the starter going forward. He has to win them out of position to take a quarterback. That's what he has to do.
Mm-hmm.
You can't leave. Like if they lose out, they're taking a quarterback. It is what it is. One of Dante Moore or Fernando Mendoza is going to be there when they have it. Like if they have the second pick, which they were projected to get if they lose out, and they will take one of them. That's going to be the situation. But if you win a game or two, and they got the 8th pick or whatever, maybe they want to roll with you as opposed to trying to trade extra assets to move up to take quarterback.
Part of me is kind of disappointed with some of the fans of Shedeur because it's like I thought y'all would be excited about the idea of him being able to earn it, but it seems like they feel like the chance for him to earn it is sabotage because they feel like he deserves it already, and that's kind of crazy to me. Like you have 4 weeks to earn that spot. You win some games, you can earn it. Look, the defense ain't gonna play like that every week. So you're gonna have some chances to win. You don't have a chance to win every fucking game he played in. Well, yeah, even the 49ers game, they had a chance to win that.
Somebody said, I'm not ready to admit we got our franchise QB. He hasn't shown me anything that he's the franchise quarterback, dog. Like he hasn't. And he played well last week.
Again, yeah, like I'm seeing people say, oh, we got our franchise quarterback. I'm like, brother, he played the fucking Titans.
Hey, bro.
Be serious, man.
This is the same fan base. I will just be honest with you, though. This is the same fan base that crowned Dorian Thompson-Robinson after 2 preseason games. Okay? Like, we knew that we couldn't handle ourselves when it came to this. Remember that? They were chanting DTR to Deshaun Watson in week 4.
They were.
Okay? We got the call. Somebody called Cleveland.com while I was on there talking about he's a mix between Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. Is this any different?
Shedeur is much better than Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Yes. No. I'm not saying is it much different than Dorian. I'm saying is how the fans are reacting to Shedeur really out the realm of what we have thought.
It's not out the realm, but this is the thing, bro. We've been here so many times. And like, I would like to see him play well against a good team before we go there. I think that's fair, right? Like, I would like to see him play well against a good team.
The way I see it is really simple to me, right? Because it's 7 games. You're not going to know if you have a franchise quarterback in 7 games. I mean, think about the amount of time it's taken some of the guys who are quote unquote franchise guys now, right? To make that determination. It took Baker Mayfield 6 years. Jared Goff, 2 teams, 6 years. Baker Mayfield, 4 teams, 6 years, right? Like this whole franchise quarterback after 3 games thing, you're not gonna fucking know, okay?
Also, Josh Allen was legitimately bad his first 2 years.
Yeah, like 3 years for Josh Allen until people are like, oh no, he's him, right? So it's gonna take even Lamar Jackson, who got to the playoffs, went like 9-0 in his first run. Everybody waited till that second year to be like, no, is it fake or is it real? Like, you're not gonna fucking know in 7 games, okay? But here's where I'm at with it. You don't have to know. If he can play you out of draft position, he'll get the opportunity. If he does not, then it is what it is. And you know who actually understands this? Shedeur Sanders understands this. Did you see him talking to Cam Ward at the end of the game?
No, I didn't see it.
They were talking, and he's like, "Oh yeah, man, what you about to do at the end of the season?" And Shedeur was like, "Man, we got two different problems, dog. I'm just, I can't be thinking about that. I'm trying to make it to the end of the season." Like, he understands what's in front of him. That this is very important for him, because the people in his life that are not like just kissing his ass are like, "Hey, bruh, I understand you are a better talent than the 5th round pick, but that is what the organization has invested in you. So you want them to not take a quarterback? You got to win some games, brother. That's just how it works.
It's how it is, bro. It's how it is.
We could debate it. You know, you could argue whether or not these quarterbacks should have top 5 grades or not. But the reality is they probably have top 5 grades on those two. If they have a pick, they're going to take them. And the only thing that's going to stop them from taking a quarterback is if they can't do it without having to trade up. And that's what it is for Shedeur.
It's real simple, bro. Like, there's no conspiracy. Nobody is plotting against Shedeur Sanders. That is what they are going to do.
And if you know what? The good news for Shedeur is I think he's put enough on tape where if the opportunity isn't in Cleveland because they decide to draft a quarterback and they decide to start that quarterback day one, there will be an opportunity for him somewhere else.
Yeah, even if he's not the starter in Cleveland, I think he can be a starter in the NFL.
Like, he's going to have an NFL career.
Yeah.
He's going to be an NFL player. And he might even get a shot to start for somebody because there are a lot of teams who ain't really eager to throw a lot of resources at quarterback right now. Like, because it doesn't fit their timelines. So, I mean, if Kenny Pickett almost got a second chance to start, dude, Shedeur's going to get a second chance somewhere or another opportunity with another team. He has earned that much. So, like, if you're just a Shedeur only fan, that's a crazy sentence. If you're a only Shedeur fan,
you're a Shedeur only fan. Shedeur only fan subscriber.
By the way, it's going to be a nasty thing. I just opened a can of worms on because there are definitely people who are going to use that against Shedeur fans that are watching this show. I apologize. I did not mean to open that one.
Jesus.
These Shedeur only fans.
Somebody said, somebody said, clipped.
I hate y'all. It's only this show where I get a hostile reaction from it's Colb. It is Colb. I'm telling you, it's Colb's fault.
What you mean?
It's a conspiracy. I'm being sabotaged by Colb.
But bro, it's just so exhausting, dog. Like, it's exhausting. But I even think there's a situation where even if they take, and I think this is more so if they take Dante Moore than Mendoza.
I think Mendoza's probably a start wide away guy, but
yeah, Mendoza is if they take Mendoza, he's starting day one. No question.
And like, I'm just gonna be real. I don't mind it, the boy nerdy, but you can't present options. You know what I mean? Like you gotta make it clear that this is what we about to get behind. Like,
yeah. If they take Mendoza, like, okay, let's just say for sake of argument, they lose out, they have to take a pick. If Mendoza is who they end up with, he is going to start day one. Like, that is clearly a thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, ain't no sitting behind nobody. Day one, he's going to be the starter, and they're gonna roll with it, and they're gonna see what happens. Now, if they take Dante Moore, I think that opens up the door for Shedeur to be here.
Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, but it could be that kind of a situation.
Hey, look, might not be the funnest thing to cover for a couple of weeks, but I'm telling you this right now. That has the biggest reward of all the scenarios. Could you imagine if they're like, no, we really love Dante Moore. We think he's gonna be better than CJ Stroud. We're gonna go with Dante. But who would like to give us a lot for Shedeur Sanders? I mean, that's what Andrew Berry was praying for when he took Shedeur in the first place.
Yeah.
He tried to hit a lick. Yeah. Andrew sitting in that office. He like, hey man, if Shedeur has to come off the field this week, man, like, it ain't the worst thing in the world. I think I could sell that. But yeah, is something that the Browns could really take advantage of, right? And keep in mind, look, it might bother us. It might bother fans. It don't fucking bother them at all.
No.
The outside media environment, they, to their credit, whether you like them or not, or you like how this happens or not, they have created a successful bubble around the perimeter. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, this organization has been battle tested in ignoring the noise. Like, you know, no organization has been more battle tested than ignoring bad press than the Cleveland Browns over the last 5 years. That's why they can do shit like, oh yeah, we gonna sign Isaiah Bond right after the charges clear. And guess what? They got away with it. Like Quinshon Judkins, they got away with it. Like,
don't nobody care. Nobody brought that Quinshon thing up since he been playing.
Every once in a while, I get a question like, "Hey, is he still going to get suspended?" But that's all.
Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care.
So like when people are like, "Oh, you don't want to invite that kind of element," I'm like, they don't think it's going to penetrate. They got reason to believe it. Like,
dog. First OnlyFans, now penetrate. That's crazy. But like,
nah, you made that. You made that. You manufactured that.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Two things to be related.
I'm just
crazy. Why was that still on your mind when that was 10 minutes ago?
I'm just saying. That's crazy. I'm just saying.
I think that's a reverse crazy. I think that's a reverse that's crazy for you, Cole. Like, I don't know. Why was that still on? Why was that still lingering? Like,
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with you, brother. That's all. we get one more. We got to have a real conversation about what's going on.
I don't know.
Get this thing back on
was on me. I'm challenging that call.
You throwing a red flag?
I can't use an entire word because I used a different phrase 10 minutes ago. That's nuts. That is insane.
I'm just saying.
We are dangerously approaching, fellas. It's a gay to eat breakfast territory.
Okay, nobody was gonna say that.
This is what we had. They weren't related at all.
Like, nobody was gonna say that, bro. Nobody's gonna say that.
No, that is crazy.
Oh,
y'all are insane, dog. Not even in the same paragraph. That's nuts.
Hey, bro, we might have to get Curtis to officiate these.
No, Curtis is not a good officiate. He's too light with the trigger, man. Like, no.
I ain't light with the trigger. Don't do that.
Nah. You say anything around Curtis Kirk.
Hey, he do be making that face.
Yeah. And then he be trying to fix it like we can't fucking see him on camera.
You say anything, he be like,
oh. Curtis is not a judge for this. No, I don't accept that.
No, we got to bring in somebody impartial.
JP. Let's bring in JP.
It's like, hey, JP, was this crazy?
JP about to do a stand-up for CBS Sports. Like, hey, yo, real quick, we got something important.
Oh man, oh geez. No, but I do. People were saying it in the chat. They said, "Hey, AB might sign Jermaine Burton." Hey, I don't know if people know this. He was going to draft him. Are people aware of this?
There have been two players that have gotten loose this year that I'm surprised Andrew Berry hasn't gone after because like we knew that he wanted him in the draft. There's him, Jermaine Burton, which like they still haven't made any moves, and I feel like with AB it's pretty immediate.
Yeah.
And Treylon Burks, that was one they were huge into in 2020.
Yeah, I was surprised.
What I heard from Tennessee Titans people was that was not a project worth endeavoring. Like,
yeah, there was a
giant no recommendation from them.
One of the homies was like, yeah, a scout told him, it's like, bro, I don't even think the Browns want to take on that headache. And he was like, wait, they signed Isaiah Bond. He was like, yeah, but at least Isaiah Bond goes to practice.
Oh, he's one of those.
Ooh, yeah. So
Yeah, that'd be a grand closing, grand opening, grand closing under Kevin. Kevin not gonna miss a practice.
Yeah, it's like nah.
That's not the kind of stuff he's leaning on. I don't think we've heard since Kevin's been here about somebody missing practice.
Nah.
Maybe what? Perrion? Did Perrion miss practice? But he got suspended by the team.
I think he was showing up. I think he was showing up late to stuff.
Yeah, he was off the team quick.
Yeah, but that was gonna be the pick that ended up being Zach Zinter. So I mean, either way. Either way, not great.
Well, I mean, like, we'll see with Zach, right? Offensive line takes forever. They don't seem very excited about it, but
I'm not. I wouldn't.
When we got Wyatt, I'll just give them this. When we got Wyatt Teller, the Bills were equally as unenthused about Wyatt Teller, and he ended up being really, really good for a few years. So it could be a similar situation with Zach, right? Like, you know, he did have a really good initial preseason this year. It wasn't as good. Maybe he just hit a little bit of a sophomore wall. We'll see what he does next year. But yeah, I wouldn't completely give up on him yet.
I hear you, but please draft at least like 3 offensive linemen, dogs, especially somebody on the interior.
They'll draft 2 for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
They'll draft 2.
Zinter couldn't block third stringers in Philly. The dude is ass.
Hey man, I'm just saying. Let's. He got another season. Let's give him another season. He got to start him or nothing like that. Draft 2 offensive linemen.
We're not gonna say who that is in chat.
I know who it was.
Yeah, we know.
You did the voice when you said it.
We're not gonna say who it is.
Ask whoever said that if they come into the Celebration Bowl this weekend. Now, I want y'all to know I don't look at chat during the show, like unless I'm popping up a super chat. But yeah,
I definitely look at chat because sometimes the best chats don't be the super chat.
Well, I don't. I have the show on my teleprompter, so it's just too small to read all that shit. Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know who sent that one.
Yeah, we gonna see him later. We gonna see him later.
I might see him this weekend. All right. We got any more about the Shedeur sabotage ridiculousness?
I think we've made all of our points. I do think it's important to say this just for anybody who may be watching who is a Shedeur fan. We are not rooting against Shedeur Sanders in any way, shape, or form. We are supporters of Shedeur Sanders. We are also just realistic about what the long-term plans probably are.
I'm open to either way. Like, you know, if he wins and it's promising, and that's what we roll with in 2026. If we lose out and we have the top 2 pick, or we make the right decision. Like, you know, I like if he wins like 4 games and maybe the Browns are so enthused that they trade back, I hope you're right. Like, hope you're right. You know, but I personally am happy. Like, when I went into this season, I was like, hey, the goal for this season is we just don't want to be desperate at quarterback next year. We don't want to be at the situation where we're trading for Kenny Pickett to start, or we're overpaying for like Geno Smith, or we're like, oh, let's bring in Russ. That's all or God forbid. Well, we got Deshaun Watson on the roster.
No.
That was my goal. I was like, hey, if one of these 2 quarterbacks can avoid you from being in that place, I think that's an absolute win. And I think Shedeur Sanders has avoided us from being in that place. Like, we go into the offseason, we're like, okay, we get a quarterback in the draft. Obviously, for some people, that's going to be plan A. But, you know, if you're not in range and you got to stick with Shedeur, we've given worse quarterbacks tries. Like, you know. Like, Sure, I'm not against it at all. Why not? Let's see what happens.
Kira said, "No, I'll put that super chat."
What happened?
Loss of the Titans was gravy. Get these Shedurians all out of my team. MG95 sack watch. Get me a QB. Lose out.
The Shedeur fans must have called him the big spoon, dog. That's the point where everybody goes, you know what? Fuck it. Every time when the big spoon come out, yeah, it's over.
Oh, man.
That shit was funny after the game last week when you were retweeting all this stuff. And I was like, y'all been dealing with what I've been dealing with all season for these motherfuckers.
Bro, I need to ask a serious question. What is up with them and like that being the go-to when you try to be objective and realistic about what the Browns got going on long term here? Like they just say,
hey, Curtis, you got that meme? If I say what I want, I get canceled. If I say how I feel. Let me try to condense this.
That mean if I say what I think, I'll be suspended for 6 months. Yeah.
We gonna get demonetized.
Demonetized.
No, it's that face you made. It was like, we're probably gonna get demonetized.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble. In big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble. That's basically what it is.
Next question. But in all seriousness, if I could find a way to put this in, why is it that that's the go-to? There's part of me that speculates whether there's like, some online cosplaying going on, right? Because, it's a quick trigger to that word that like, I didn't grow up with people around me quick to use it, right? Like there was always you know what that's like. In community, it's usually a trial that take place before you could just call people that. It's like, hold on. Can't just be calling everybody. But hey, what I mean? Maybe it's just youth. But yeah, that being the go-to, I mean, it's peak online behavior. Let's be real about it.
Oh, very much so.
It's nothing somebody would ever say to you online. In real life in an actual conversation. But it's become one of those things that people have associated with, for some reason, with pro-blackness. And if you're for it, then they gonna call you some things. If you're not for it, they're gonna call you some things. And it's just stupid. It's just dumb because this is just Shedeur Sanders, quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Brother played all right. Had a good game. And we out here. We didn't even get to talk about the good game, Colb. He threw for 364 yards, 4 touchdowns. Had some legitimately like impressive moments, especially at the end of the game. Some really nice throws. And we spent this whole time talking about Chad Johnson, Shannon Sharp. Unfortunate. And maybe that's on us too, because we could choose to talk about something different. But I mean, it's not like we focusing on like some small podcast that's like our size. Like we talk about Chad Johnson and Ocho Cinco saying this shit. Like it's a little different. But yeah, man. It's y'all, if you watch the Boondocks R. Kelly episode or There's a Black President Huey Freeman episode, it can be how it feels like talking about this sometimes.
When you mentioned the R. Kelly episode right away, I was like, okay, let's be careful. Because it may not, what you're talking about may not be the first thing that comes to mind when people think about that episode.
Okay, I'm not accusing him of any crimes.
Let's be careful.
No. It's more or less the overt theme of I love us, but sometimes, boy, y'all be getting on my nerves. It's more that there's a Black President Huey Freeman episode where it's like, hey, man, it's a Black president. And Huey's not excited about it. It's like, the fuck wrong with you? And it's like, oh shit. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, Double A 12 Master said, did the R. Kelly episode get banned, or was that just the Tyler Perry one? It was
No, this was just the Tyler Perry, the BET ones.
Yeah. You can watch it on streaming services, but they will never air that on TV again.
The Winston Jerome episode? No.
Ironically titled Pause. Oh man, great show. Love it.
We should talk about Shedeur playing well though. Like I think we did spend a lot of time.
He legitimately played really well, with the exception of the third quarter of that game and the interception he threw. He played really well.
Yeah, the interception was pretty bad.
The interception was really bad, but like outside of that,
the throw to Harold Fannin before the interception was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Like, look, man, I'm not like one of these people like we got to trade him in the offseason. I'm like, hey man, we might want to hold on to this.
Let's see what it like. I'm thinking bridge QB at worst.
Hey, it's better than Deshaun, brother.
like seriously, bro. Like seriously. Like, come
on. And look, I guess people are just so caught up in like this goes down to my theory of like whenever you talk about the draft, people act like the asset that you mentioned is the only asset that you can use in the fucking draft whenever you're trying to like it's the most annoying thing in the world. Because if you're like, oh, we might take a quarterback, what about offensive line, wide receivers? Like that's what the other picks are for. So it's what free agency's for as well. Like
they have just so you guys know.
They have 10
total picks. They have 10 total picks. They have 2 in the first round.
Yeah. And then they have an early second. So they'll be able to add some wide receivers. And like we saw when you get these wide receivers the ball on time, there's a lot of guys who can get a lot of yak on this team, right? Dylan Sampson, Harold Fannin, who I thought was excellent in this game. Dylan Sampson, who I thought made some big plays down the stretch. Even Jerry Jeudy. Look, when you get Jerry Jeudy the ball on time, he's actually pretty good at wide receiver. I think the issue is with Jerry, if we want to touch on that, the Browns banked on him to be the veteran of the room, and I just don't think that's a position Jerry Jeudy should ever be in. I think they were hoping that he would be able to live up to that. They put a lot of pressure on him. It did not work out. But I think if you go back, get a veteran in the offseason to handle that kind of stuff, let Jerry Jeudy be Jerry Jeudy in this offense again, I think you can get a productive player out of him, and draft some wide receivers. The Browns have a lot of avenues to fix this team, and I think Shedeur Sanders is certainly going to be a part of that conversation, or at least part of the consideration for that conversation. And like overall, if you're looking at the big picture, yeah, the Browns lost to a 1-win team for the second time this season, and they clearly have things that they need to address. Yes, you could blame some of it on Kevin Stefanski. Yes, you could blame some of it on the players for making the mistakes that they did in that game, right? I mean, there were 6 crucial mistakes: a muff punt, Quinshawn for getting the end around, Luke Whippler not snapping the ball correctly, Shedeur throwing the giant interception, Dylan Sampson fumbling the ball. You make one less mistake in that game, you win that game. But there was a lot of good things to take away from it, right? Shedeur's drops looked really good in that game. Looked like he made significant progress. And that is a credit to the coaching staff, who I assume he's been working with on that stuff. And it is interesting, like people just thinking like Shedeur's like developing on his own. Like he's getting no help.
Did you hear what Alex Wright said? Do you hear what Alex Wright said?
What'd he say?
He was like, man, he's like, I be seeing Shedeur in Coach Stefanski's office all the time, going through film, going through going through everything he needs to put in the work.
Shedeur is doing what he needs to take advantage of the opportunity. And look, this is why I've just decided to not engage with this stuff online anymore, because I don't want this to cloud my evaluation of this whole thing, right? I don't want to get to a place where I want to trade Shedeur because I'm tired of dealing with his fans. Because the reality is, even if you trade Shedeur, you're going to deal with his fans. Like, I don't think we've accepted that we're kind of stuck with this conversation. Because you trade Shedeur, he goes somewhere else. Guess what? Did the Baker Mayfield conversation go away? We still dealing with Baker Mayfield because he used to play here. The Band-Aid's ripped off. Huh?
Hey, I just want to stay here real quick, because we're talking about it. Since you brought it up, Q brought it up. I didn't bring it up. Q brought it up. I just want to make sure we talk about this. I just want to talk about this real quick. Baker has been absolute dog shit for like a month and a half, and nobody said anything about it.
Oh wow! I did not even notice this.
He's been absolute garbage for a month and a half. Haven't heard anybody say shit about it.
Since Buffalo, he's 1-3, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and some pretty ugly numbers behind that.
Keep in mind, even the games they were winning early in the season were like a bunch of one-score games.
Yeah,
they were getting very fortunate.
He's not the MVP candidate anymore, is he?
Yeah. You notice how you just never heard about that after a while again?
7-6. That? Wow.
Just lost to the Saints.
Yeah. But still, I mean, like it will be the same thing with Shedeur. If you trade him, if he plays well, you're going to hear a ton about it. You're not really going to escape it, right? So my thing with it is just like, behind the scenes, he seems to be doing all the right stuff, right? Staying in the office, learning, working. In the media, he says the right things. Like, this is part of the reason why I'm like, if you draft Dante Moore, I think Dante Moore is mature enough. I think Shedeur is mature enough that they can work together. Like that could be fine for a year or two, or however long you want to do it, right? I don't imagine it going longer than a year. But yeah, I think Shedeur, he has demonstrated that he is willing and able, because a lot of people are willing, but not a lot of people are able. He's willing and able to correct some things that you see that aren't going right on tape. And I think that's been the most impressive thing about Shedeur. On top of the fact that he is capable of making some pretty impressive throws, right? He does have the wild throws occasionally. So certainly nothing I'm going to like toss aside or be like, oh yeah, you don't need to consider that. It's just like, is that going to be what I bet the farm on? I don't know about you, Colb, but after Deshaun Watson, I'm all in on diversification. Okay. If we take a quarterback and keep Shedeur, I'm fine with that, because I'm like, hey, if Shedeur don't work out, we can just go to Dante Moore and we're good.
Yeah, honestly,
you know what I don't want to end up in? We bet everything on this one guy and it didn't work out, because that's what the fuck we've been living through.
Yeah, this is what we need. That's what we need.
This is part of the reason why I'm like, I don't even feel like trading a bunch of picks for a quarterback this year. Like, don't want to. I just diversify your assets and your ability to solve this quarterback problem. Because if you run up in a situation where Dante Moore ends up being Trey Lance, but Shedeur's really good, okay, cool. You could trade Dante Moore for like a second round pick later. You can recoup the value on it when it comes to quarterback. So I'm so fine with just giving yourself options to solve this problem.
This is my biggest thing that I don't want them to do in the draft. I don't want them to be in a position where they have to trade up to get a quarterback. I don't want that. That to me is like, that's the worst case scenario in the draft.
Yeah. And my hope is that Shedeur plays well enough to where if they're in that position, it is because you feel good enough to not trade up for a quarterback.
Yes.
So
yeah, like I would much rather they use that. Like if they're not in position to take a quarterback, I would much rather they use that pick elsewhere. Even if it means trading down again, I'm fine with that, depending on how far back you go and who's there and who's on the board, all that good stuff. You know. But like, yeah, if they have the top 2 pick, take a quarterback, because you're probably not going to be in a position to do it again. At least not that high in the draft. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm not playing any games with it.
No, I'm not playing. Like if they're picking in the top 2, they are taking a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pick one.
I think in the top 3, in general. And also, it's like, hey, where do the Raiders sit in this whole equation? Like, if the Raiders could get the 4 wins, that changes that whole thing, because they're really the only threat. Them and the Jets, but the Jets aren't really a threat to get quarterback this year. They're just too far back right now. But yeah, the Raiders are the one. You want the Raiders and the Browns to have the same win total at the end of the season. If that's where you're at, you're golden, because you can move up from 3 to 1 without giving up that much, or even if both of them come out, right? If more comes out, then it's like you don't even gotta give up nothing. It's like, all right, bro. You got no leverage. Like, do you want this extra fifth or what?
Because at that point, it's just like, oh, well, if you guys want to come up to 1, well, you got to give us this. So it's like, okay, we'll just move up to 2.
Oh, by the way, the smoke screens are going to be hilarious. There's going to be people do it. Like, you know how the Browns are going to be like, it's going to come out around, regardless of how the season ends, it's going to come out around February, March. Somebody's going to put out a report that highly insinuates that the Cleveland Browns are so enamored with what Shedeur has done, regardless of what happens by the end of the season, that this report will probably drop in March. That the Browns are so enamored with what Shedeur has done that they might not even consider drafting a quarterback. And that is pure Andrew Berry. Okay. That is pure Andrew Berry trying to do something real quick, trying to see something real quick. Every year, we're like, oh yeah, the Browns are not interested in making the selection. And they always like try to muddy the water. So there's going to be some of that there. But really it's like, are they going to pass up an opportunity to get a quarterback? Probably not. And that's why if you're Shedeur, if you want to prove that you what they're looking for, all right, you got to win some games, man. Because also, like, I understand people argue if wins are a quarterback stat, and you can make that argument when it comes to comparing quarterbacks. But the reality is that if you don't win games and you're a quarterback in the NFL, you're not going to stay the quarterback for very long, right? Like, you got maybe 2 years of losing at best before you start to get benched. And that's if a team invested a first round, number 1 overall pick in you. That's if the team has hundreds of millions of dollars invested in you. The Browns invested 3 first round picks, 2 fourth, a third in Deshaun Watson on top of $230 million guaranteed. They gave the brother 15 games. Okay. Like, why? Because he wasn't winning. Like, you ain't going to win. You ain't going to get that many opportunities. So it's nice to put up numbers. But, you know, nobody stays in the league because the QBR is super high. You stay in the league because your win-loss record's good. I mean, why do you think Kenny Pickett's still on somebody's roster?
I was literally about to say Kenny Pickett.
Hey, Jimmy Garoppolo still got a job. He's not been good for like 10 years. Like, straight up. Jimmy Garoppolo was never good, but he won. Got to win.
Take that away from him. They take it away from him. He won.
Yeah. Got to win games, right? And you could say, hey, Shedeur didn't do anything to lose that game against the Titans. And I would agree Shedeur's not the reason you lost, but if he doesn't throw a bad interception in the third quarter, maybe you win that game. You know, he's got to not make that mistake. This is what the margins are for him, right? You got to win these games. You can't lose these games. And that's going to be what Shedeur's task is for the next month. You win 2 of these games, you're golden. You don't, and it's gonna be real uncertain, right? Because also if you don't win 2 games, the probability that they fire the coach much higher, like goes through the roof. And I know that people are like, oh, well, maybe firing Kevin would be a good thing because they convinced themselves that Kevin doesn't like him, but I don't think Shedeur would agree with that.
This is the situation if they fire the coach. This is what the situation is going to be. You bring in a new coach, they're 100% taking the quarterback.
Yeah,
because that's what the new coach.
The only way to make the job appealing is to say you can pick your quarterback.
Yeah.
They're
gonna be like, okay, cool. Well, I want XYZ.
And you know, look, there were a bunch of people in the league that wanted to commit that much to Shedeur. He wouldn't be on the team with the 5th round pick, which is the unfortunate thing. Right. So somebody might say, hey, man, somebody's going to take the job that really wants Shedeur. It's like, what, you going to get Dion? You going to hire Dion?
And they not going to hire Dion.
I don't think Dion is no jokes here. He's seriously dealing with health issues right now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not really in the position to take an NFL job at this point. I mean, he seems happy doing what he's doing at Colorado.
Which drives home our point. If they hire a new coach, that is the worst thing that can happen to Shedeur.
Yeah.
Especially if he actually really doesn't like him.
Unless Andrew Berry loves him. Then
which could be possible. Yeah. Which could be possible, you know.
Which is fine. But yeah, I think I'm excited to see what Shedeur does in the next month. You know, I'm open to however this is going to lay out here, right? because I know a lot of people like tend to get attached to one thing happening or not. You know, some people want the shiny toy, which is the new quarterback. Some people want Shedeur. For me, it's like, you know, I'm excited to see it play out. I'm happy that the last month of the season is here, and I'm not dreading watching these fucking games. Like, I feel good about it. Like, I don't understand why everybody is so angry, you know, but everybody has worked themselves into a bit of a shoot here. All right, we got super chats that we can get to, and then we can switch topics.
Yeah, we got a couple we can go on. Hold on. We can speed run past a couple. This is, I think we went through two already. Cole mentioned it. Y'all see Baker got a worse EPA CPOE composite since week 7 than Dylan Gabriel, one of the most overrated players in sports.
We will never stop arguing about Baker Mayfield.
It's never gonna happen.
We will never stop fucking arguing about this fucking guy. It's been 4 years.
I would just like to point out that I will always stand 10 toes on this. Were the Cleveland Browns wrong about Deshaun Watson? 1,000,000%. Absolutely 1,000% wrong about Deshaun.
No doubt about it. Generationally wrong.
Generationally wrong. Absolutely. Just horrific mistake.
The wrongest you could have ever been.
Well, second wrongest. Shout out Nico for Luca. Thank you, brother. Still appreciate it.
Is he wrong? I guess. He got Anthony Davis in return. We're not getting an Anthony Davis level return for Deshaun Watson, brother. We get nothing. We wronger than Nico, dog. Nico just did something way more unpopular.
Yeah, those are the two worst
trades.
trades.
We got 3 first-round picks, 2 fourth-round picks, a third-round pick, and $230 million sitting on that sideline, and we begging them not to play. Like that's where we at. We dread the idea of that motherfucker playing again. That's where we are. It would be like trading for John Wall in that last year of his contract, or this is a heroic. This is Gilbert Arenas on the fucking Magic level flop. Okay.
Hey, but even with that, people still call the Luka Doncic trade the worst trade in sports.
Thank God for that, because we really dodged the bullet. How that's not us, I don't understand, but thank you for doing something unpopular. Trading a white superstar in Dallas to the Lakers.
Thank you. Seriously, you changed my life. You changed my life. Yeah. No, but they were also, but I will also stand toes on this. Were the Browns wrong about Baker not being a quarterback that you can win a Super Bowl with?
No, they weren't wrong about that.
They weren't wrong about that.
I mean, they
weren't.
The inconsistency, by the way, is why we say that. It's not the fact that he can't play good in a game. It's the inconsistency. It's the fact that he always has a month in the season where he looks like shit. You know, you can't count on him for 4 games in the playoffs when it matters. And consistency at the quarterback position. If you look at the quarterbacks who win a lot of Super Bowls, they're usually the more consistent, right? The quarterbacks who have a lot of playoff woes are those who have high ceilings, but a lot of inconsistency in them, right? I mean, Jared Allen, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, kind of living that life. One thing about Pat, he's going to be able to play a shitty game for 3 quarters and then waddle his ass to a first down and find his way in the conference championship game. Maybe not this year. They're not good this year.
Not this year. Not
this year. But, I mean, if Pat snuck in as a 7th seed, would we really be surprised if they somehow made it to the conference championship game?
This year, I would be surprised.
Yeah. Nah, I wouldn't. I'd be like, they did the thing.
I would be surprised this year. That defense cannot generate pressure outside of Chris Jones.
I understand. But it's the Chiefs.
All right. Next couple ones that said it's from Youngblood Bake. Just want to appreciate y'all for the last Browns coverage. Entertainment. Geno Smith sucks. I don't know why you put Geno Smith sucks in there. Moving on.
Yo, no, you know why he put Geno Smith.
You get benched for Kenny Pickett because I saw that Kenny Pickett was warming up. Did that happen?
I think because hurt his shoulder or something. I don't know.
He hurt his shoulder.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I didn't watch that game.
You absolutely just ruined that man.
He went from franchise quarterback haggling over $35 million a year to getting benched for goddamn Kenny Pickett, dog.
We can move on from that. We don't gotta talk about it anymore. Anyway, this is from saying.
No.
See how you trying to speed past that?
No.
Why I gotta bring up OJ?
You like OJ?
No accountability. No accountability. No accountability.
He did. The Bronco was 80. It was 30 years ago. Like it ain't the most. Like you ain't just killed that man this off season. Bring it up. Oh shit. That is still going on, Curtis.
Hey man, they got
get worse. That's the thing, Curtis. Every time we talk about it, get worse.
Who knows, man? Anyway, this is
The
from
Browns lost to the fucking Titans, but they beat Geno Smith, dog, in Las Vegas.
10 sacks, by the way.
Got sacked 10 times. We didn't get Cam, but one.
Oh,
bruh.
Okay.
Keep you and Nick Cards away from tweeting about any quarterbacks for the rest of the season.
No, Nick Cards has a generational curse, man. What are you talking about? He already cursed Fernando Mendoza.
Hey, look, Shedeur surviving it.
For now.
Mm-hmm. Shedeur surviving it. Yeah. Hey, he survived the Carnes curse. I mean, like, maybe there's something there.
We'll see. We will see.
That, and by the way, Nick Carnes, I like your strategy. Just curse everybody and see if you could possibly be this much distainted. Somebody said on your Twitter they give him money out their pocket to not tweet about.
That was me. I will give you money out of my own pocket to not tweet about Dante Moore. Please don't do it.
You know you're going to see that tweet where he got them points up, Cleveland native.
I'm going to be like, it's over. It's fucking over. We fucking lost.
He has the kind of poise that could work here.
Oh,
CJ Stroud comp.
I'm literally gonna record a voice note of me screaming.
You gonna be the dude. You gonna be Interstellar. No.
Like fuck. Oh my god, it's fucking over, dog.
It's tough.
Oh my god.
All right, this one's from Saying So. Part of me worries the Browns will reach for the obvious need of left tackle or right wide receiver when someone like Caleb Downs could be special on this defense. Go Browns. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
He really would be special on this defense, though.
But we need some offense, man. This offense.
Yeah, we do.
We can't justify it.
We can't.
If you at the point to where you could drive Caleb Downs is the best player available, you know what that screams. Andrew Berry trading back. That screams trade back to me. We're trading back to like 8 or 9, and we're taking a wide receiver.
Say what happened? What happened, Curtis?
My wife, I went out for a little bit.
I'm about to say the Undertaker about to show up and beat the shit out of him.
Flex on him, pussy. Let that motherfucker know it ain't sweet down there.
Oh man. This is from J Balls 92. If you redrafted 2025, there's someone you would take instead of Mason Graham at either the 2nd pick or 5th pick. Ted McMillan, Ibuka, or Will Anderson. Will Anderson wasn't in this 2025 draft. He was in 2020.
How do we make that mistake? There's got to be somebody else that they're thinking of.
Yeah, they're thinking of. That's
I don't know who else.
Maybe they're thinking of the left tackle. Membu.
Will Campbell. Will Campbell.
Maybe Will Campbell. I think the only one you make the argument for is what, Membu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's more of a positional fit.
Yeah, Membo's the only one. But even then, like Mason's really fucking.
Here's my thing about the draft. I'm not gonna sit here and bitch about drafting a good player.
I'm never gonna do it. Sorry.
Like what? Do we go back and be like, yeah, the Browns draft in 2017 was actually a failure because we could have took Pat Mahomes instead of Myles Garrett? Technically, yeah, you're right. Pat Mahomes would have been what we needed, but like, are we gonna be mad at drafting Myles Garrett?
No.
Like, no. You're fine. You got a good player. Please stop trying to find ways to be miserable about this.
Yeah, he's a really good defensive tackle, bro. Like
yeah.
They had a really great draft.
People are saying what happens if we drafted Ted McMillan. I don't know. It's just
Harold Fanning got more receiving yards than Ted.
I'm not sure, but
no, he doesn't.
This Browns offense just needs playmakers. They're dead last.
Bro, you know what Ted McMillan would look like in this offense? He'd be doing the same shit that Cedric Tillman doing.
Let me actually look at the stats real quick because I think Ted has 800 right now. Let's see how many. Oh, he's got 826 right now.
Mm.
He's got 826, so he should get over 1,000. Harold Fanning Jr. I think he might be over. He might have 7.
He's at 619.
619.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 619.
I mean, like we could make the debate that like 619 at tight end 2 is a little bit more impressive. But
are we sure we can call him tight end 2 now at this point?
I know he's tight end 1. He has the most receptions on the fucking team. He's wide receiver 1. Like,
yeah, he's behind Tyler Warren and I think the Chargers. I can't
Oronde Gadsden.
Yeah,
Oronde.
Oronde.
Oronde. I'm like
Oronde Gadsden. I think he might be behind him too. Let me see. No, he's in front of Oronde Gadsden now. So it's only Tyler Warren who has more receiving yards as a.
I don't think the receiving room, like the receiving options, I don't think we need more than like 1 or 2 things there. Like you get Jerry Jeudy back to a position of being productive again, which like he's already almost at like 600 right now. But you get Jerry Jeudy back to a position of being productive again. You get somebody who could take some of that, offload some of that from him, and then you have Harold Fanning, Jerry Jeudy, him. Maybe you bring back David Njoku. You have Dylan Sampson as a piece to use out there, and then you draft maybe another wide receiver who could be a utility piece on top of what Cedric Tillman has been pretty useful as well. So it's like, I don't think it's going to take as much as people feel like it is to get this wide receiver room to a place to where it's like very useful for a quarterback. Is it going to be the best in the NFL? No, there's going to be no high spade. I mean, no ace of spade, but there's no ace of spade in this draft, right? Like you got to wait till next year for that. So, you know, get a low spade, hopefully in the first round with that second pick. And then I can really see that putting a lot of pieces into position. Because I know people are low on Cedric Tillman and Jerry Jeudy, but they've been out of position all year. So you get them shifted back in, and you get a better offensive line, especially for Cedric Tillman, who does not run anything short. I think you'll be happy with what you're seeing. Because Cedric be making some catches where I'm like, yeah, I don't think he's good. Like, I just feel like he doesn't get that many opportunities.
Yeah, I also think that the David Njoku thing is going to be something to monitor because now you're talking about them maybe needing to bring another tight end in here.
Yeah, probably a blocking tight end.
Also, I think this is like a sneaky decent.
Maybe they bring in our old friend from the Raiders.
Harrison Bryant.
Yeah,
the Texans. See what Texans now.
Texas got a ton of former Browns.
Yeah, they got him and Tommy Togiai, don't they?
Yeah. No, they shop in Cleveland, dog. They like shopping here.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. What's the next one, Curtis?
All right, the next one. I'm trying to find it. This is from Cam's Cutups. He says, I think he's talking about JP said Grant Udinski from Jax has potential in terms of, I think, head coach candidates.
Mm.
Okay, I mean, like, I
mean, yeah.
I am divorcing myself from the name value of this coaching search if it happens.
Yeah, but you're not gonna know until you know.
Yeah,
you're not gonna know until you know.
Mm-hmm. Because what I don't want to do is be like, oh, this is a terrible hire. I don't know shit about the guy. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Unless they hire Cliff Kingsbury, which I will have to.
No,
I will have
they're
to.
not. They're not
No.
gonna hire Cliff Kingsbury.
No.
By the way, I haven't heard much Cliff Kingsbury defense this year. Have you, Curtis? I remember live last year, everyone was like trying to shit on me. Oh, you thought Cliff Kingsbury's bad. But, you know, I haven't heard these people talk about Cliff Kingsbury all year. Have you?
No, they have not.
What about you, Colb? You've heard a lot of Cliff Kingsbury hype? Where they at? I mean, Jaden Daniels got hurt. I thought he was the man, though, as the coordinator. You know, I thought he'd be able to cook up something for that fucking offense, huh? Got Marcus Mariota looking like worse Jalen Hurts. I mean,
I don't even know if he looking worse than Jalen Hurts. You see that game yesterday?
There's a history of us talking about Jalen Hurts that I'm going to avoid. I will say it was a pretty disappointing watch.
Never wrong, just early.
I wasn't wrong when I said it. Okay. They lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that year. Like, yeah, he was fucking disappointed that season.
Oh man.
Well, yeah, that is.
Oh yeah. We should probably talk about these. Do we even need to address the Darius Garland trade rumors, bro? Like, do we even need to?
I want to talk about the college football playoff. I want Curtis to be on screen for this one.
Curtis, where you at?
Yeah, I'm right here.
You may have to yell at him like that.
My bad.
I feel like I'm the only person in the world who actually likes the 12-team playoff because my entire timeline has been fuck the 12-team playoff. And I'm just like, I'm pretty excited about it. And I just want to know why y'all hate it so much.
It's not that I hate it. It's just every year we have this conversation of what team deserved to get in and what team doesn't deserve to get in. And I'm like, none of this would have happened if they just expanded to 8, have it for 2 years, then talk about it again. Do you want to expand it or not? And they say yes or no. They say yes, expand to 12 and keep it there. But the expansion is just, I don't know, man. It just makes things a lot more complicated than it has to be. And now we got James Madison and Tulane in there. People are saying, yes, this is what I want to see. I'm like, okay, you want to see a lopsided ass whooping? Okay, fine. So be it. Because that's what's going to happen. Because
well, think about it from the perspective of like the smaller schools of how often do you get to play Oregon? How often do you get to play Ole Miss? Right. For Tulane, it's a little different because they do play Ole Miss. But it's like, I think it's important to give these smaller programs something to achieve for, to make them feel like they could be in the big time. And man, are they going to lose most of the time? Most certainly. Cal Poly almost always loses to Duke in the tournament. But every once in a while, there's an upset. And that becomes the most fun shit in the world. So it's like, okay, like who else we going to put in there at the 12-5 game that was going to give a competitive game? You know what I mean? Like the idea that like every playoff game has to be super competitive, I just don't agree with. Like it's just sometimes it's going to be ass whoopings. Ohio State beat the shit out of Tennessee last year. Like we only say something about the ass whoopings when it's like a school that's not like an institutional power. But when it's like Indiana getting their ass beat, well, people talked about that, but like Notre Dame gets their ass beat or something like that, it becomes a whole story. But like you think Oklahoma just gonna be cool in the playoff? They ain't gonna get their ass beat. That offense is terrible. Like this is gonna be imperfection there. You know, I don't know what the solution is, and it's like feels like a lot of the complaints is like, oh, well, the conversations you have to have. We did the same complaining when there was a 14 playoff. About teams getting in there that don't deserve it. And how this 2-loss team. It was more annoying to me, quite frankly, when it was 4 teams, because then you would have a team that's like, oh, Georgia didn't get in and they could have won the championship that year. And then you got to deal with that argument all year. Now you don't. Any team that can win a national championship is going to be in the playoff.
Yeah, every single one.
Every single one. It's covered. So if you don't win it, we don't have to deal with this whole, well, you won the Sugar Bowl thing, right? Like, I actually kind of like it. I like how they got it set up. If you win the Big Ten, you play in the Rose Bowl. That makes sense. Right, like, right, you win the SEC, you play in the Sugar Bowl. That makes sense to me. Like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of complaining, but it's like I think what people are mad about is like the idea of the postseason in general. Not necessarily that there's 12 teams in it.
Like, did anybody get left out that people were super duper upset about? Like the Notre Dame thing to me,
RG3 was mad about BYU getting left out. Yeah,
they weren't going.
Didn't they get the shit kicked out of them by
twice against the same team?
Yeah, like there's no reason for you to be in here. We're good.
What's RG3's opinions on Shedeur Sanders and the Browns? I really want to know.
I don't care what Bob's talking about, but like seriously, like the Notre Dame thing.
You don't care about the persecution against the Christians at BYU?
No. I don't think they're being persecuted, bro.
Oh man, RG3 is such a shapeless person, dog.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about Bob, but like the Notre Dame lost to Miami, and they lost to who else? Did they lose to?
I'm trying to think.
With Notre Dame,
they lost to Miami.
Right? They lost to Texas A&M and Texas A&M and Miami,
and they don't have a conference championship game to redeem themselves. So
yes, that's why you're out.
I was
if you're Notre Dame and you were in the ACC and you beat fucking Virginia, which was apparently doable. Shout out to Duke, they did it. Then you're in the playoff.
Look at you. You'd be happy. You're thrilled.
Like they knew that it was going to be stacked against them, being an at-large team that's relying on an at-large bid. And what's really the solution for Notre Dame? Should we just give Notre Dame an automatic bid if they're within a top 10 ranking? Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Like, no. Everybody else, Ohio State has to play in a conference championship game. Alabama has to play in the conference championship game. Georgia has to play in the conference championship game. Everybody else to make the playoff has to play in the conference championship game. And guess what? You're not going to be punished that much for losing a fucking conference championship game. Because obvious reasons. You're probably playing somebody really, really good.
Yeah. Ohio State did get punished, let's be honest.
That was the funniest thing about Ohio State fans when they were mad because I was like posting like some Mendoza stuff. They're like, "Oh, you rubbing it in the face of Ohio State fans." I'm like, calm the fuck down. You're gonna drop to the 2 seed and still win the national championship. You're fine, Ohio State. Like, you're okay. Like, your life will be okay. That's a fucking tragedy. Like,
I was like, they lost by 3 to the number 2 team, and I'm gonna be real with you, should not have lost that game.
No. Indiana didn't have the best wide receiver or an offensive line. I think when they play again, it's going to look a lot different. But I feel
like if they played again, it'd be a lot different because they'll probably, I don't know, maybe empty the clip because they had like a bunch of shit going on that week with Brian Hartline going to South Florida, the whole Chris Henry Jr. situation. By the way, found out some interesting information leading up to that. I'll probably share it later on, or I could just say it right now if you want to hear about it.
Just say it.
Anyway.
No, wait.
Leading up to this whole thing.
Is that it?
No, that's not it. No.
There you go.
That's nope. Wrong again.
That's not even. That I don't. Okay, we'll figure that out. Anyway, leading up to this whole. Can't even get my point
Nope.
Anyway.
Nope. Still no.
All right, get your point. I'll get your point.
Anyway, leading up to this whole thing, Oregon was offering Chris Henry Jr. about damn near $2 million, $3 million for him to flip, and he wasn't going to flip regardless because it was just about the relationships at Ohio State. Like they were trying really, really hard to flip him, and then LSU got involved. He really didn't mess with that either, but man, Oregon was just trying so hard to flip him. They were trying so hard to flip him. They almost did.
Had $2 million to throw at him.
Yeah, because I think what was going to happen, they were going to probably get him, but someone else that was already signed to him, he would have flipped to Texas if Chris Henry flipped to them, because I don't think they would have had enough money to get both of them. So once he signed with them, Chris Henry pretty much stayed locked in with Ohio State. So that's kind of what I had to say about that.
There it is. There it is.
We can work that we can work with.
Yeah, but either way, Ohio State fans, y'all was out here being mad at me. I'm like, yo, I don't know how you're this upset. You're fine. You're fine. You didn't win the Big Ten championship. Cool. Dude, I know Ohio State fans act like they care about the Big Ten championship. But I didn't see that affect your celebration last year when you won the national championship in no Big Ten championship and you lost to Michigan.
Y'all be real, bro. I still would pick Ohio State to win the national championship. I don't care about that.
That's why I was like, I'm like, Ohio State is clearly winning the national championship this year.
Yeah, but like, shout out to Mendoza, bro. Shout out to Mendoza, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He did it.
Let's thank Jesus Christ. I can't get that.
It's the SpongeBob meme too. It's like nobody, not a soul. I like to thank Jesus Christ. Oh, shit.
Where him like, ah! Oh god, that was the craziest. That was the craziest post game. It was not even crazy. It was just like, man, you really.
That wasn't even Mendoza's craziest interview, bro. Like, again, he got a game-winning drive off against Stanford his last year at Cal to win that rivalry for the first time in like 10 years. Epic speech. He was like, Jesus, God, and my boys going 90 yards for a touchdown against our rival. We walked so hard. It started in the summer. 98 yards with my boys.
Oh man, just
You
imagine.
ever see the one clip of him being like, talking to like his guy, talking to his team in Indiana? He's like, look at us, a bunch of ragtag guys in Indiana, showing the world what we can do.
Oh man, just imagine if he comes here and he beats Pittsburgh at home. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my
Gonna be
god.
Mendoza nights.
Shout out Dog Pound.
The dog ground. Let's get going. Hey, look, we don't care about what's happened before. This is now.
Oh my god, he would be the most hilarious quarterback we supported of all time. Oh god,
I feel like Corny wouldn't be mad, like, because it's not like people get mad at Corny, but I'm like, Corny is bad when it's disingenuous and it's not genuine, right?
Yeah.
If somebody's being corny and they're like, that's not even how you act. That's when people get upset, right?
Like Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Like that. What Russell Wilson? What bothers people about Russell Wilson? It's not corny, right? It's that it feels disingenuous.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel. It feels fake. It feels manufactured. Let me tell you something about that Mendoza kid, man. That kid is who he is. Okay, like 100%. If he's out there crying on the field, he felt that shit. Like that. The man puts it all into that. He's a nerd. He's a football nerd. It's kind of awkward, but he's genuine. I think that's why his teammates love him so much, because that's what matters, right? Are you a genuine person? Right. I think that's kind of what rubbed people the wrong way about Dylan. Is like, Dylan is super media training. He doesn't come off as genuine.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with Mendoza. I fuck with it. Like I fuck with it, bro. Like he's himself.
So we're gonna have a conversation that cannot leave this podcast. Okay. But we need to talk about how it is that, like, let me put it like this. There are certain type of white folk that have no problem having black friends that people would not imagine that's the case, right? Like, I always make this point. The more Southern you get with folks, the more Southern people, like, let me phrase this properly because I don't want to get in trouble.
Hold on, wait. Jerome Ford got placed on injured reserve because of a shoulder injury?
Jerome Ford?
Yeah.
All right. But
oh wait, does that mean that we have a roster spot open?
Yeah.
Isaiah Bond. Trey Burton. Can he return kicks?
Oh, does that mean
Hey, bro,
we have a
we're
roster
the
spot?
team that brought in Kadarius Toney last year.
Hold
But-
on. Where you see that report, Curtis? Where you see that report?
Oh, your Fousey. Daniel put it out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh Lord. Oh God.
But I have noticed that when it comes to black folk in the South, they like they white people white, right? Like you look at the white people who hangs around black folk in the South. It's usually a motherfucker like Dave from accounting. You know, East Coast is a little different. They like the spice, right? They like the Jackson Darts of the world, right? The swaggy white boys. Midwest, I mean, those might fit right in. Like, it's Cuban. Cuban's white, right? Like you could be a white Cuban
Yes.
because you could be European and Cuban, right?
Well, so it's. I think big
It's not
difference
like
between.
It's not like a Dylan Gabriel situation where you're calling somebody who's absolutely not white. Like,
So like the Cuban thing is interesting because
there
I
are
think very different. They're very different thing between
the
Cubans,
different sources.
Cubans here and Cubans who are still on the island.
Yeah.
Two different things.
Well, and even then, from what I know, I think there's a geographic separation too of like Cubans in the north part of the island versus the south, or maybe it's the east part of the island versus the west. But there is a demographic split in Cuba, right? There are people who are considered white in Cuba and people who are not considered white, but still Cuban.
Yeah, like Cuban is a nationality.
Yeah. But
Cuban is a nationality.
yeah, we are just walking on just tight ropes today.
Yeah. We try not to offend people. We try not to offend people.
But I believe he would be called a white Cuban, but I don't know. He looks visibly like a white man. But I don't know if that's just because I don't know that many Cuban people.
Do you have access to like see the chats that are going on?
No. Do I want to?
You have I'm not saying put anything on the screen. I'm just saying Apache 2895 said something that I do think is relevant. That I do think is relevant. Oh,
it's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. Wasn't just in America.
Wasn't Sammy Sosa Cuban? No, Sammy Sosa from DR, right?
I think DR.
Yeah, but even at DR, you can run into some stuff.
Didn't just happen here. Happened a lot of places.
It was a global trade.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
But yeah, Cuba, I don't know. But like, I think the boy earnest and he care. And I think that's all you need in Cleveland. If we think you care and you earnest, we good. We gonna get behind whatever we need to get behind. Especially if you good.
We're not gonna care.
Yeah. It's also funny because like some of the people who hate him the most, I'm like, y'all football nerds just like why you hate yourself? You know what I mean? Like you looked at him and saw yourself and then you decided you hate that. And I need you to understand why it is that you feel that way. I'm like, he awkward, he nerdy. But I've talked to some of y'all before. Y'all a little awkward and nerdy. You don't watch somebody who does 4 film breakdowns a week and Jake Burns if you're not a football nerd. I'm just gonna put that one out there. Right?
That's true. That's true. It's a fact.
He just like you for real. You know?
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I don't see the problem. Like, I would love to get him on and talk football with him. Like, seems like a guy who really cares.
Yeah.
But there's absolutely going to be a football coach. A football coach is like, oh, no.
Hey, but you know who wouldn't give a fuck about that?
Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski.
Kevin Stefanski.
Hey, look. People would assume that Kirk Cignetti is one of those guys. But Kirk Signetti was on that phone begging that boy to come to Indiana. Like, nah, or if you hire somebody who used to be a strength coach, they probably not gonna fuck with Dylan. I mean, with Fernando Mendoza.
No.
He not gonna pull well in that community. But yeah, I bet he passes every pre-draft test. He got into Yale academically.
He's smart as shit.
Hey, I feel like these are all good traits for a quarterback. 6'5", super smart. Seems like he doesn't really have any off the field issues.
Hey, 98 yards with my boys.
Hey, look, if he had a different speech pattern, would he just remind you of Andrew Luck a little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because is Andrew Luck a fucking nerd? Like, is Andrew Luck, he ain't got the same speech pattern.
No,
Like, but huge nerds. Don't see why it's a problem. But hey, the Heisman Doza. All right. Glad that we successfully walked off that tightrope. Do we want to talk about the Cavs?
what is there to even talk about, bro?
It's not much. They don't play this week. When people want to trade Darius Garland,
Wait, they don't play this week at all?
they play with Friday.
Damn, that's it?
Mm-hmm. Well, they got eliminated from the in-season tournament.
Oh, in-season tournaments this week. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is a huge missed opportunity for them.
But I mean, they're not playing particularly well at the moment. They're injured. They can't really trade Darius. It's like, I mean, like there's some things that like there's some trades, like hypothetical trades that work for Giannis, but they're not trading for Giannis. Let's be honest.
Yeah, there's not much they can do right now. You just got to wait and see how things play out once they get healthy. We got more super chats.
We got hella super chats.
All right, Curtis, let's whip through them.
Yep, we got a couple. We got a lot actually. So,
By the way, if you ever want to do a drinking game on Sundays or Saturdays, do a shot every time a player gets on that microphone and hits you with that glory to God for that first sentence. Like, I was like, notice, I'm like, damn, bro, everybody doing it. It's not just Mendoza, hit it with all caps. Like,
all right. Okay. Let's check out this one from, because there is a lot. I don't know where to start at. This is from Ray Rags. I don't think Kevin's getting fired. He's not moving like a coach who thinks he could get fired. I don't think a coach who thinks he's on the hot seat is out here rotating guards to see what we have in them.
I think two things could be true. I think there is a possibility where you're correct, Ray Rags, and he does not think he's getting fired. I also think there's a possibility that Kevin Stefanski does not give a fuck if he gets fired or not, which is an underrated element to this whole thing. Which is, hey man, he has options. He don't gotta be here. Like, Kev got more options than the Browns.
That's a fact. Not even gonna lie. That's a fact. Like
yo,
he
might just be like, you know what, peace.
he genuinely might not give a fuck, bro. He might be like, you know what, okay, whatever.
He's like, I'm here. The season is to develop the young guys. That is what I'm doing.
Yeah. Our next one is from Ray Rags. Also, to be fair to Kevin, he's never gotten a chance with a talented QB. I'll put Sanders here too. That only he's coach. I feel like he was here in 2019. Not Freddie Baker would still be here.
Yeah, that's been my theory, is that we would probably still have Baker if we didn't have the Freddie thing.
They whiffed on that. They really
the Freddie hire.
Yes,
and they knew it was a mistake at the time. But this is my number one thing: going with the interim anything is always a bad idea.
Always, 1,000%
bad idea. Never do it.
Never, ever do it. Ever.
Everybody thinks it's a good idea at the time. And it ends up being the worst thing you could. The Raiders still haven't dug out of it doing that, by the way. And Colb, I got called a hater when I pointed that shit out 2 years ago. Remember that? Where I was like, they hired the interim guy, and you were like, yeah, I'd love to see a black man get paid. I'm like, yeah, but that's not gonna work out. Called Cheddar Bob Spillane, the number one PC builder around. Like, yeah, that's bullshit. Come on. Like,
Yeah, it did. It absolutely did not work out. Sorry about that.
yeah, it was like, oh yeah, he gets a chance. I'm like, yeah, y'all feel good about that? Mm-hmm. Like, cool. Sometimes I just gotta learn to keep my mouth shut. Just wait.
Just wait.
Just wait. Because it be shit I be seeing. I'm like, if I say it now, like, I'm gonna be called everything but a child of God. But in 2 months, everybody gonna be saying the same shit. But okay, let me just resist the urge to be right early. I'm gonna just wait. Like, I'm tired of trying to warn motherfuckers. Like,
all right, next one is from MSO Brando. He says, Watson versus Shedeur for QB1, or do you just name Shedeur QB1?
You just named Shedeur to start it. What the fuck are you talking
about? Shout out my guy Brando. Shout out my guy Brando for sure. But yeah,
is that Brando? My bad. My bad, dog. But yeah. It's no, we're not doing the Watson.
We're not doing the Watson thing, bro. We're done with that.
Brother, Deshaun Watson would have to be the only man standing in that quarterback room. And it would have to be on a Saturday for him to play. Like, if the Browns get 2 days, they're going to sign somebody to play.
All right, this is from Ray Rags. He says, on the playoffs thing, it's why we can talk shit to Steelers fans that we have more playoff wins than them since 2017. Browns made it twice, the Steelers have made it 5 times.
You know what? I saw Ryan Clark say something that I thought was interesting. He said that the Cleveland Browns are wasting Myles Garrett's career. And I would just like to present a question to Ryan. TJ Watt has never known what it feels like to win a playoff game. Did the Steelers waste his career?
Counterpoint, Colb. Is TJ Watt even good enough to have his career wasted? Is that just a bigger statement on TJ Watt? I'm just be like, you know what I mean? Like, let's put it like this. If you LeBron and you don't win a championship, they wasting your career. If you Carmelo, you don't win a championship, well, that's just some shit that happens. like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even think TJ qualifies for this conversation. And that's the part they don't want to admit. Like, but when they say stuff like that, they're tacitly admitting it, that Myles and TJ don't belong in the same conversation. Because yeah, we should. If TJ and Myles were in the same conversation, you should say the same thing about TJ. But why don't you? Got you.
Let me look up the sack leaders really quick, man. Hold on. Let me look that up real quick.
He has 20 sacks this year. It's a ridiculous number.
It's just.
Did TJ get a sack last week? I have to imagine, right?
He got a TFL, I think.
He got a TFL.
I didn't see Curtis put that hater ass tweet out. Every time TJ get a sack, the 6-second sack merchant.
They play on Monday night. I got a couple loading up in the chamber.
So Myles also leads the league in tackles for loss. I don't know if people know that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Max Crosby is actually second in tackles for loss. Good for Max.
And he's having his career wasted over there.
Yeah, TJ Watt has 7 sacks still.
Damn, man, is he even the top 3 white guy anymore?
Let's find out. Let's see.
If Trey didn't have surgery, this would be a wrap.
So Max Crosby's ahead of Aiden Hutchinson is ahead of
oh yeah.
And nope, he's still no wait. Jonathan.
Ain't no way Jonathan a white dude.
Nah, Jonathan Cooper's not white. Who's the white guy from the Broncos?
Zach Allen.
Oh, Zach Allen has 6. Okay, yeah, he's still top 3.
Still top 3 white guys.
Still top 3 white guy. Mm-hmm. Nick Herbig right behind him though.
Hey.
6.5.
He used to be in the top 3 white guy conversation overall. Now he's barely in the top 3 white edges.
Man, it's rough out here, bro.
It's tough.
It's rough out here. It's tough out here.
By the way, I was watching the Chargers and Eagles play last night. You know how much it took for me to not yell white on white crime when Lad McConkey got broken up by Cooper DeJean.
Cooper DeJean. I was thinking it too, bro.
I put out a tweet. Nobody got it because I was like, is anybody going to say it? Everybody got their shit off about Justin Herbert, but I was like, nah. We just saw white on white violence right there. A very special brand of white on white violence. I was looking for somebody to notice. I'm like, JP gonna see it. JP was watching the goddamn Monsters Inc. broadcast. I'm like,
oh man. Oh Lord. What's the next one, Curtis?
Oh man. This is from Trill Hill 7714. He says, isn't it better for roster construction the cap to just pass on the QB this year, see what Shedeur has, and if he's trash, draft 1 and 27. Shedeur only makes $4 million. Drafting a QB would add $50 million to that QB room.
Yeah, but you account for its draft money.
Yeah, it's draft money, so it's fine.
Yeah,
there's no long term.
You got to draft somebody.
Yeah,
like the money's accounted for, the cap goes up. You know, you're not worried about that. And then, like, what Deshaun's in the last year of his contract, let's just imagine he's not here anymore.
Yeah, and also the thing that people don't understand, it's that you make the assumption that they're going to be in a position to draft a quarterback a year out.
And they're not. It's not something you could guarantee.
Yeah.
It's too rare.
So what if they win, what if they win 6 games or 7 games next year? They're not going to be in a position to take a quarterback.
Well, and also think about what we're saying. We're going to improve the team, get better, which I would assume means win more games, and then draft a quarterback. It doesn't make any sense. If you're in position to take the quarterback, get the quarterback first because that's hard to get. And then you know what you can get with the 8th pick in the draft? A tackle. You know,
or a receiver.
Or a receiver. Or you know what you could get with the 40th pick in the draft? Or the 27th pick in the draft?
In offensive lineman and a receiver.
Like that, again, you don't have to only think about the first pick that you use. You have other avenues to acquire play. Look, Andrew Berry is going to trade for a wide receiver. He's not using all them fucking 5th round picks. He's about to package up the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, turn that into somebody. Hey, BTJ. Brian Thomas Jr.
Hey, you see Jacoby Myers has been the number 1 since he's been over there.
Hey, look, Andrew Berry gonna get that. He gonna get him the degree on it. He gonna be on James Gladstone's burner phone. Like, all right, turn the trade in. Hurry up. Send this shit in. Accept it. Woo! I ain't never gonna hear from him again.
Oh man, what's the next one, Curtis?
All right, this is from Ray Rags. Write that down. I want to see if Colb is right about the exact injuries too.
Oh, he talking about if we lose the next 3 and then we play the Bengals. When Bailey Zappi get out there.
It's gonna be Shedeur's back. and Dylan Gabriel got a hip fracture or some shit like that. Hip soreness. There's gonna be some NBA injuries.
I'm telling you, bro, it's not going down. It's not going down.
They're gonna let Myles Garrett play for like 2 snaps and then be like, all right, Myles, sideline. It's gonna be like a college game. Myles Garrett gonna show up for the second half in sweats.
Y'all know what time it is. Enjoy y'all vacations, man. Enjoy y'all vacations.
Hey, bro, Joe Burrow, you can have whatever you want, brother. That game.
Pad your stats. Pad your stats. Yeah. Have a good time, pal.
Even if Shedeur does win the 2 games, they will be losing that game.
For sure.
Oh man. All right, this is from Ray Rags again. This whole thing is Gold member asking what Austin Powers wants to eat and smoke, and he keeps saying no, and he keeps saying no. Well, then there is no pleasing you.
Oh, you talking about the whole everything's a sabotage?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'ma never need to hear the word sabotage for at least a year after this season.
Said a year.
At least a year. I mean, a year moratorium on sabotage.
Man,
I was this close to blocking that word on my Twitter. I'm like, I don't need to see any tweets that include sabotage.
Yes, it's ridiculous, dog. It's ridiculous.
Like, can we just consume this normally?
This is from Kristen Corvia 9817. Do you think there is any possibility they make Tommy Rees head coach because they didn't want him to go to Penn State?
No.
Not possible.
They're not going to make him head coach.
They're not going to do that. It wouldn't make much sense.
They want to keep him as the coordinator, but I mean,
yeah, but head coach, no.
Hey man, everything's screaming at me. Not just
All right, this one is from Ray Rags. He says, Colb's defense is good enough to flip a switch and be one of the teams that have no business winning.
they are, which is what bothers me.
Yeah, if you're Colb, you probably want Miles to get that sack record in the midst of a blowout.
Yes, like seriously, like literally.
Like he gets the sack record and then the motivation for the defense is done.
Yeah, y'all come out there saying we good.
Mm-hmm.
We good.
Yeah. Ray Rags again. I think there's only one scenario where they don't take one, even if you lose out. If he plays well, like the Titans game, but the special teams is legit blowing games, kick return, touchdowns, punt return, touchdown, block punts, and sadly, that's a real possibility.
I don't think there's going to be a way for him to lose out and not have any responsibility in losing 4 games at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
Like even this game where people say he doesn't have any responsibility. He does. He threw an interception. It was one of the things that if you don't do, you could win the game. Like
they scored immediately. They scored immediately after he threw the pick too. Like
yeah, they scored a touchdown. They got 14 points on turnovers. It's not like he plays left tackle. Like there are ways where it's really hard for you to not impact winning at the quarterback position if you are playing really well. You know, so the idea that that's going to happen is just like you got to think about like there's probably more that went on in that game. That's why you can't win it.
Yeah.
For 4 weeks. I mean, like, that's the stuff that, like, if you want an example of how that's not going to be an excuse, Justin Fields had, like, a super high EPA per play number, but was 0 for 7 at the beginning of the season. It was like, he got benched for Tyrod Taylor. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't throw an interception for, like, the first 7 games of the season, and then still got benched. So you're supposed to impact winning at the quarterback position. There's no way around it. We don't call great quarterbacks with 500 records. This is what it is, bro.
This is from Zen.17. I mean, I don't know how people may feel about this take, but I'd be chill with Tommy having full control of the offense and Kev just be a developmental head coach like a Dan Campbell. I don't know. I would be upset or shocked.
I mean, like, I think if Kevin comes back, it'll just be what they're doing now, which seems to have had some success.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they end up deciding to do at the end of the year.
I mean, like, we're going to bring back Bill Callahan. We're going to fire Bubba Ventrone. We're going to let Andrew hire the special teams coach. And we're going to move on. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. They need to slip out the, hey, look, we're not firing Andrew. We're not firing Kevin Stefanski or Andrew Berry, right? And then immediately follow it up with, but we are firing Bubba Ventrone.
I'm like, good enough for me.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. Hey, look, we're not going to give you this, but here's your pound of flesh. Throw Bubba out there. Bye.
This is from Andrew.
Bubba Ventrone is doing what he needs to. He is the perfect sacrificial lamb right now.
Man, this is from Andrew Laps. Aside from offensive line, wide receiver, QB, what prospects, positions on D would move the Browns enough to use one of their first-round picks on that side of the ball?
Maybe corner.
There's some
I don't know if the
intriguing.
class is up there though. I haven't looked at the corner class.
They don't need like a cornerback one. They just need someone that can play the slot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I already know who I want.
Oh, Pons.
Yes, 1,000%. Yeah, I saw enough.
Man was
Him
fighting
since
for
last
his
year.
life against Jeremiah
Hey.
Smith.
Hey, listen, he was fighting for his life, but he was fighting.
Hey,
He was fighting. I was like, yeah, he's good.
I was like, I've never seen a man more destined to play slot in the NFL than Pons.
I swear, bro.
Like, 5'9", 180. I'm like, you are the Myles Garrett of nose corner. I mean, not of nose corners, of nickelbacks. Like, you are the prototypical nickelback right there. Like,
I'm like that. I was like, that right there is what this defense is missing. That right there.
Let's find out. He do crazy shit like bark at motherfuckers. Like, okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
He's a little unhinged. That's perfect.
Turn in the card, Andrew.
Anyway, Autistic Kid says, Shedeur OnlyFans put it on a shirt.
I do not endorse this.
Put it on a shirt.
This is from Cam's Cut-Ups. Q trying to Uno reverse that. That's crazy.
Y'all not gonna get me with that, man. I said that 10 minutes separately. I cannot believe y'all tried to get me with that. Outrageous claim.
Oh man, this is from Ray Rags. Colb, I responded a tweet. Colb, I responded to a tweet and I called Bubba the Ray Farmer of Browns coaches and I get nothing. I mentioned Sanders in response to you and I get 10 replies. I hate it.
No, it's funny. It's funny. If I say something that could be interpreted as negative about Shedeur without it being negative at all, oh man, do I get like 100 comments. If I say something good, like, hey man, Shedeur really played well, super happy with his progress, I get like a bunch of likes, but nobody comments. Nobody wants to argue. But boy, when they think I'm not saying something positive, oh, here they come. Here they come.
Oh man. All right, this is from
I'm gonna
Kyrie.
start like just tweeting cryptically and just use like SS12 and be like, I fucking hate SS12, but I'm really talking about SummerSlam 2012. Just to throw people off. Cena shouldn't have won. Hashtag SS12. No, just put he shouldn't have won. Hashtag SS12.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that if you want. Go ahead.
Just
I'm
mute every tweet after I put it out.
I'm not doing that shit. Have a good.
Every time I tweet about Shedeur, I'm like, let me mute this. I'm gonna hear something that's gonna piss me off. Like,
Have at it, brother. Have at it.
I'm gonna start tagging you with them so you get those replies too.
Oh, that's bullshit, dog. That's bullshit.
All right,
Start tagging you with a retweet. Yeah, let's get Colb these replies too. That'd be the worst when somebody retweets some shit or they tag you, but no goddamn reason, and now you
it goes off to the it goes off to the wrong section of Twitter.
Like, oh, what is you doing? All I see is American flag eagle, arguing with Gucci Colorado and shit. I'm like, oh man, fuck this. Fuck all of this.
Oh man, what's the next one, Curtis?
All right, next one is from Kyraz. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I knew this would happen and I wanted to stay away from him in the draft. I've been over it since April. Yeah.
I remember when we were first talking about drafting Shedeur in the first round, when that was still a conversation, I was like, hey man, are we gonna have a conversation about what it is that we might invite when you draft Shedeur? Everybody was like, man, why would you make a decision like that? And I'm just like, okay. See, this is the stuff where I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna say nothing next time. I'm just gonna let it happen. Be like, oh.
Just let it happen, bro. Next time, just let it happen.
Because I got yelled at for even suggesting that might happen. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm ridiculous. Okay, and then it fucking happens. Nobody ever comes back and be like, hey, man, you were kind of right about that. No, they're like, fuck you. Like, they still mad about being wrong earlier. Like,
he said, nah, fuck you.
nah, fuck you. They're like, what I do? Yeah.
Oh, what's the next one?
Are you mad about some shit I was right about?
This is from
You know how long
Zen.
I've been talking about Mendoza? Like, Mendoza's not even going to be in that conversation. Like, yes, he will. Fuck you. Okay, we get to this part of the year. Mendoza in the conversation, still mad at me. I'm like, all right, y'all. All right. My bad. I thought being right mattered.
Oh man, this is from Zendai. Let's be honest. If we get Mendoza or more and we trade Shedeur, and whoever we draft can be the franchise quarterback, nobody's gonna make the Shedeur thing into a Baker and Tampa thing because we would have a quarterback.
I mean, I hope so.
I hope.
No, they're gonna do it. I'm telling you right now. They're gonna find a stat to compare, and then compare that stat. And we're going to be out here arguing even more because let's say Mendoza's good and he's clearly better than Shedeur and we let Shedeur go, but Shedeur's like a starting quarterback somewhere. Colb, can you imagine how much we're going to be invested in that argument? Because we be arguing about Baker Mayfield. We got nothing to compare him against. Like, we still be fighting that war. Can you imagine we had something positive comparing against?
It's gonna be annoying as shit, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be.
Hey, bro, it's gonna be another thing that we have to deal with, and it's okay. Like honest to God, I thought about it. I was like, this isn't that much different than the last 3 years. If I'm being, it's just that we've been dealing with it for 3 years, and we think it's gonna end, and I've just accepted it's not gonna end. Like, okay, this is what it is. I just can't watch Unk and Ocho anymore. Cool, wasn't really a problem for me before. Like. I just can't care about what Complex Sports has to say about this. Okay. Wasn't really part of my media diet anyways. Like, you know what? It's just going to be like this.
All right, next one.
Red tweeting about the Browns. Oh, man, that almost killed Mike.
Mike was like, God damn it.
He was like, this one almost got me. Sexy Red suggesting you should fire your coach. Okay. It got so ridiculous, I'm gonna be honest, that I just I can't care about it anymore. Like, I just can't. I'm just glad Wallow and Gilly ain't on the sidelines, dog. Like, it could get goofier.
At that point, I'd be like, you know what? It's a perfect time for the next super chat, actually.
You're not trying to hear Gilly talk about what the Browns need to do at coach?
Put the next super chat up there, Curtis.
You can't wait till you get to argue with Gilly about Fernando Mendoza.
Y'all want to do the 4 QB things? I swear to God, if I see Gilly and Wallow on the sideline, I'm like, nope, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Gilly and Wallow on the bus. All right, y'all. Let's get turned up, man.
No. Somebody has to be the voice of reason here. Get him out of here.
Hey, look, man.
We got to draw the line somewhere, bro.
Nobody
want to draw the line. Nobody want to draw the line. I'm going to draw the line.
You know where I draw the line? If Shedeur started playing his music 24/7 at that facility, I'm like, that is a speedway to get everybody to be like, man, fuck this.
I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. Sorry. I'm not
if I hear you watch his draft party, I'm like, bro, he was blasting his music the whole night.
No. Not doing it. We're not doing it.
Wallow and Gilly. You ain't doing that.
If I see Wallow and Gilly on the sideline, the tone of my tweets are going to be extremely racially charged. Trade up for Mendoza. I've had enough.
You don't even want Dante Moore anymore.
Nope. Go get me Mendoza, please. Thank you.
He said we need to get the Christian rock music in here.
I'm good. I'm
Mendoza gonna be in
cool.
camp. Like, can we play the clean versions of these songs?
I'm like,
My God is awesome. God. I'm gonna be in there and see that shit.
that's my QB.
Cole gonna be at church services with the fucking actual candle.
Trey, I see Wallow on the sidelines. Trade him.
No,
We'll have the fucking-
you see
have the
Wallow on
fucking-
the sideline. He like, I am Big Spoon. Nah, that motherfucker guilty.
If I see the Joe Budden podcast on the sideline for a Browns game, nope, gotta go. Nope, we're okay. Nope, not here. Not on my franchise, not in my locker room.
You see Ish giving quarterback takes.
Gotta go. No, absolutely not.
Is that Rory and Mal?
Get him the fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here, dog. No, I'm cool.
You get an argument with Mark Lamont Hill about quarterback reps again. Oh shit.
Nope. I'm good. I'm cool.
Oh my God, yeah. It was, you know, it's been crazy. So many pastors have tried to argue with me this year. I'm like, come on, dog. I don't come to your workplace and argue about the Bible. Why you trying to tell me?
Oh God, bro.
You out here using Bible quotes to argue football with me. I can't deal with this shit, man.
Adam said, if Dr. Umar says a word about my glorious kingdom. Oh God.
We'll find the whitest man possible. Oh shit.
Oh,
Nah.
oh, please stop the Dr. Umar music.
Dr. Umar's when we stop.
I mean the Uncle Ruckus music, please.
Oh shit.
No, man.
Is that Travis Scott? It look like a goddamn WrestleMania main event on the sideline.
Like, we don't need this, bro. We're good.
We gonna get Sexy Red gonna be in the Muty line.
Hold on. Sexy Red can come to the Muty line.
Beauty line is fine.
The Muty line is fine.
Sexy Red smashing the guitar before the game. I don't know if you try to be there, dog. Like,
oh man.
ooh. You want to stir up tensions between the east and west side of this city that's never been hard to stir up. Put my little Giddy on the sideline. By the way, they're gonna talk shit about Cleveland too the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. We don't need that. We don't need that. We're good.
They gonna be like, Shedeur, when you gonna leave? Like, it's gonna be Donovan Mitchell all over again to be good.
Yeah, bro. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm cool.
That is hilarious. Remember when we thought that like he would refuse to play here? It was all cope. Like,
It's all cool. What's the next one, Curtis?
All right, this is from Domo. Y'all want to do the 4 QB thing? Nah, trade him to Atlanta.
Oh, I mean, they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna do the 4 QB
Now
thing.
he's trying to send him to Atlanta. He must hate Falcon fans.
He stayed trying to get him to Atlanta. It's funny.
Yeah, he hates Falcon fans because he knows.
Yeah,
what
but I also
you gonna be at the Celebration Bowl?
he said no.
No? Oh, yeah, I saw Jackson lost.
Yeah. He said he's not gonna be there.
Yeah, he not gonna watch. Was it Alcor that beat him? It was crazy. Colb. They was like the 12th ranked team in the country, and they lost.
Dang.
They had like multiple. They had multiple times too to win. It was a heartbreaking loss. Apparently,
It be like that sometimes, bro.
it do. Hey, look, I know.
Oh yeah. You definitely know. You
Hey,
definitely
look, you know what I mean? Look, my team out the playoffs too.
know. What's the next one, Curtis?
I think Prairie View beat them. That's who beat them.
All right, this is from Ray Rags. Genuinely has any report statements that come from the scene like the Otani thing been anything other than a smokescreen?
Yeah, I think one thing that we've learned as Cleveland Browns fans about Andrew Berry is he's the only general manager who's been here long enough for us to pick up on things at this point.
Yeah, don't listen to nothing that man put out there.
Yeah, don't listen to shit he has to say about shit. Like that man is a liar.
You can only tell what Andrew Berry's going to do by following his trends. He's a predictable man.
Yes,
because he has a way of doing things. But if you think you about to get the scoop, you're not getting the scoop for no Andrew, bro. He not.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, pay attention to what he's done, not what he says.
Yeah.
And if he starts hyping up a player, we probably not picking that player.
Yeah. If you start seeing them smiling ear to ear to Mendoza, they don't have the number one pick, they're probably taking Dante Moore. Okay. And I'm gonna be real with you, they probably would take Dante Moore over Mendoza.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. If I know anything about Andrew Berry, he would take Dante Moore before he took Mendoza.
Unless Mendoza is the greatest interview in the world for them specifically, which is a possibility.
We'll see. We will see.
All right, this is from Dumbo again. That QB report going to drop at the owner meeting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's in.
Yeah.
Remember, we did this with Baker Mayfield, right? Where everybody remember the victory laps, the Browns aren't trading for anybody. They're not going to get rid of Baker Mayfield. And people were doing them victory laps, and we were just like, hey guys, I think they're clearly about to trade for a quarterback.
No, because they traded for Amari Cooper, and then people were like, do you think they would trade for Amari Cooper? They would trade for Amari Cooper if they're getting rid of Baker? I was like, yes.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, I think that's exactly what they would do because they saw how it went with Odell Beckham Jr.
Yep. Yeah, so it's expect a similar roller coaster. But look, the reality is they get a top 3 pick.
They're picking
one of them quarterbacks on the board. They're going to take it.
Yeah, they're going to take one.
All right, next one is from Ray Rags again. If Sanders falls off the cliff the rest of the season, you know who to blame. Colb, Nick Carnes. Can Carnes go and be a Steelers fan and bring that curse to them?
Nick's a good dude too.
No one man should have all this power, man.
Man, he's a good dude, but Lord, he is a jinx, man. He's a jinx. Sorry, you gotta call it. You gotta call it out when you see it. That man is a jinx.
I hope he gets paid for them tweets.
He does. I think he has like a call sheet thing he has going on.
Do people get paid off that?
I would assume so.
I would have to imagine.
Yeah, so good for Nick.
Anytime I talk to a sponsor and they want to brand my Twitter up, I'm like, that's extra work, bro. I'm not trying to log into Twitter and work. Worry about numbers and shit. That's crazy. And then they never offer you enough money to make it worthwhile. The next
one is from Ray Rags. I hope Tillman is okay long term. Honestly, he is almost at the place where he might need to retire. This is a lot of back concussions he's had in a short time.
Yeah, he got fucked up, man.
I didn't even see a shoulder injury to me.
I didn't even see him get hit.
I thought he fenced. Didn't he fence?
No. It looked like a shoulder injury to me. It didn't look like he got hit in the head.
I thought it was concussion and he fenced because he got stiff like that for a second.
Yeah, man, it's unfortunate. He's one of those guys that just can't stay healthy, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think he would be better served if the team had a better offensive line because what he's good at is going downfield, and the line's not good enough to attack downfield consistently on the kind of routes that he can attack. Because he's not like a 9 guy, so it's tough, but he has a lot of potential. I think he can be a good player. It's just health hasn't been on his side at all.
That's unfortunate.
All right. This is from Ray Rags. No matter how big the playoff is, it's always going to be the convo that they will never stop. Also, if you don't get a group of 5 team in there, then why would they even play a season? Win your games, and there won't have to be a combo.
Yeah, last part of super chat. The Ray Rags said is basically it. Like you can't be Notre Dame and you can't lose to Miami and then complain that you don't get in and then Miami gets in. Like, come on, bro.
No, honestly,
Win the game. Win the game.
I don't think anybody's in the playoff that shouldn't be in there.
Yeah, if you would have beat Miami, you would have been in. Miami wouldn't have been in. Like that's the end of it.
It's like win the games in front of you to get into the playoffs. That's really it. And if you're Notre Dame, it's like, well, you might want to consider a way for you to guarantee that you get those matchups every year instead of having to rely on scheduling.
You can come in. Hey, listen, you can go into the Big Ten. Nobody's gonna be angry about it.
Mm-hmm. Hell, you can even try to do the ACC thing, right? You're already a basketball member for obvious reasons, by the way. Like the reason that they're a basketball member of a conference is because it's easier to qualify for the postseason. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta play the game.
Like, just do what you gotta do. Aren't they based out of Indiana too?
Mm-hmm.
Man, you be playing Indiana every year.
I don't know if that's a selling point anymore.
Oh yeah, because they might lose.
Yeah, bro, they good. That's a different Indiana. Kirk Cignetti beat Ohio State. He's gonna be able to recruit now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting what they
shit.
It's gonna be interesting what they become because remember we were talking about like what school in the Big Ten is gonna become like what Penn State was.
Oh, it's Indiana.
Yeah, it's Indiana.
Well, I mean, like they're probably gonna be better. I mean, they beat Ohio State.
Yeah, so they're already ahead technically.
Yeah, they're like in Michigan State territory, like peak Michigan State time.
Yeah.
All right, the next one's from Mike Watch. The problem with the CFP isn't the amount of teams, but rather not having any rules in place to choose who gets in like the NFL does. So we rely on the committee. We shouldn't even need to choose teams.
Yeah, you should. You have to. There's just too much shit going on in college football to have rules like the NFL. You got like 5 different. You got like what?
I'm going to say 5 conferences.
Well, no, you got like 11 conferences technically.
But you know what I mean, like the conferences that matter.
But you factor in like those conferences. You got 4 power conferences. You got too many teams. It's just it'd be impossible to have a playoff the traditional way. Like you gotta pick it, and like as much as like people bitch and moan about like the committee, it's like how often have we felt like they've picked a team in there, and then like it ended up being a disaster.
It's also like tough because you have to give certain teams and certain conferences like a pathway to actually make the playoff and give them an opportunity. And then like when it becomes subjective,
if
like
this were like a 2-conference super conference situation, and yeah, you could do it that way, like the NFL. But there's just too much when you're dealing with all these conferences, all these.
There's too many moving parts. Like you got to try to like have consideration for all these different conferences, all these different teams, because you have to make their seasons matter too. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to make it fair for everybody.
Yeah, the only way to do it is like if you break down the Division I like they do in high school, where they like split it into 6 different groups, and then that's how you get into the playoffs. But who the fuck wants to do that?
Nobody wants to do that, bro. The only thing I guess I can complain about is like when you're talking about taking multiple teams from a conference, which is what they usually do with the SEC and the Big Ten. Maybe if you wanted to get a little bit more stringent there, I could see to make it less subjective, I guess. But even then, I'm not even sure like how you would do that in a way that's effective and in a way that everybody felt is fair. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a sport there's too many teams, basically. You're not going to get a true champion like that way. Unless you involve like way more teams like the NCAA tournament does for basketball, which apparently y'all don't want to see either because y'all don't even like 12 teams.
You want a 16-team playoff? Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, the FCS, I watched 24-team playoffs. I think it's fine, but like y'all wouldn't like it. Because you'd be like, oh, why is Princeton making it? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's too much as it is hard.
Yeah. Well, I think 12 teams is fine. I like the playoff. I feel like nobody on the internet says it, but like, oh, I like it. You know, hey, look, if James Madison upsets somebody, it's gonna be the coolest shit in the world. If they don't, well, James Madison lost, so you don't got to deal with them.
Yeah, so there's
giving us more looks at our quarterback prospects.
Not a bad thing to me.
I was happy when Alabama made it.
All right, this is from Ray Rags. Q, sorry to tell you, but Notre Dame is getting an auto bid starting next year if they're in the top 12. Also, this Legend Bay situation is so sad. That's how you get your kid to never talk to you again.
Legend Bay.
So, Curtis, do you know what this Legend Bay situation is?
Yeah, because I follow recruiting a little closer. So Legend Bay is a 4-star recruit coming out of Texas. He was supposed to be committed to Ohio State because at first he was committed to Tennessee. Then he flipped to Ohio State. And during signing day, he flipped back to Tennessee, only to find out later on that he was originally committed to Ohio State, but his mom and his family pressured him into flipping him back to Tennessee. And it led to his mom somewhat forging his signature on his NIL papers because he's 17, so he couldn't sign like his letter of intent unless he was 18. So his mom basically did it, and right now he's trying to like get out of it because he was tweeting out some stuff saying, you know, what happened is true, that his mom is kind of responsible for it. And now he's trying to basically get out of it because once he gets out of his letter of intent from Tennessee, he's going to probably flip back to Ohio State. So that whole situation is just kind of a mess.
So he's a junior in high school?
He's a senior. He's a senior,
but he's not 18.
No, he's not 18 yet.
Okay.
Oh, he must be a spring birthday.
Yeah, that's rough, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that's actually like a really sad situation. And also, like, why would you? Like, what's going on in Tennessee? I'm assuming this is a financial thing more than anything else. Why she would feel compelled to like do something like that? And I'm just assuming, like, I'm just speculating and just making assumptions here, but I would assume that like that has to do something with finances.
Probably. It's not a bad place to look whenever you're trying to figure out situations like this.
Yeah, but also like I'm sure Ohio State would have taken care of him financially. So like,
I don't think it's like a financial thing. It's just I think he feels more comfortable there, but something like that. It's just a lot. It's just very messy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's extremely messy. Hopefully he figures it out. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he figures it out.
Absolutely. We got any more?
One more.
Because there's a piece from an article I'll read. Bay arrived at his high school on Wednesday morning and told Ishmael Johnson of Dallas Morning News that he was locked in with the Buckeyes, despite the news that offensive coordinator and wide receivers coach Brian Hartline was leaving Columbus, Ohio for South Florida. Bay's table at signing day had Ohio State colors, pictures of him on his visit, and he posed basically with his teachers and his friends. And only then to find out that, you know, he told another reporter he felt Ohio State was the best place for him, but he wants peace with his mom. So, you know, things like that.
Oh, that's tough. When family gets involved and stuff like that, bro, like that's tough.
Yeah. Because
what you gonna tell him? You can't tell him like, fuck what your mom talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say that to him. So
yeah, especially at that age.
Yeah, so that's tough.
I would be so hands off if I had a kid that was like about to go to one of them big ass schools. I'd be like, do what you want, man. Like, you know, I heard it. Like,
I wouldn't be like, do what you want, but I would be like, you know, where do you want to go to school?
Yeah, like figure out what you. Well, one is like, how likely are you to be a professional?
And I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I'm not the one playing football there, and I'm not the one going there. So, like, where do you want to go?
And in a perfect world, getting the scholarship would be optional. Like, you know, if you get the scholarship, cool. Like, but hopefully I take care of my part and have enough saved up so you can make a financially independent decision here. Because, you might decide, fuck football. I want to learn. Go ahead and learn somewhere. I got you. Well, at least I would hope I could get you a little bit.
It's like, I got you.
Well, yeah, like my dad being able to let me stay at his house at the college, like that shit changed my life. Like, just having that extra support there or, having that to lean on can really be the difference between making it or not for some people,
So, for real, like, yeah. So,
all right, this is from Lucas. This is the last one. We got another one. So this is from the Legend Bay. We'll get one. He's 17, so
why you skip him?
Because it's from Legend Bay. I'm super chat. He's 17, so he needs a co-sign for the financial aid papers. He turns 18 on Christmas Eve or Christmas, then he can sign without.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So this is from Lucas. Y'all got to bring back Ain't No Way All Stars. We working on it.
Oh
maybe.
Yeah, we got to bring it back.
Be Ain't No Way All Star this week? What? Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Five turnovers.
And we ain't even counting on them missed deep balls he be throwing. Every time I watch Jalen Hurts play, he be missing somebody egregiously down the field.
Hey, bro, 5 turnovers, and they still should have won the game.
Hey, we're seeing some bad football on national TV this year from good teams.
I'm telling you, bro.
So the last 2 national TV games I watched were the Texans versus the Chiefs. Ass football, horrific football being played on that game.
Ass football,
terrible, bro. I tweeted all this game ass, bro. It sucks, bro. I ain't watching this shit. And then I watch bad football for fun, and I'm like, nah, fuck this game, bro. This game is terrible. And then Monday Night Football, that shit was worse. I'm like, damn. At least it's so bad it's entertaining. But like just the Herbert out there, like just look at, by the way, Curtis.
What?
Yeah, another stunning them hoes curse guy.
I haven't even tweeted anything about that in the past.
Nah, you tweeted the same time you hit Gino, and it didn't hit Gino the same. It didn't hit him the same time it hit Gino. But all of a sudden now, I'm watching Justin Herbert not be able to throw outs. The fuck's up with that, Curtis?
That is not my responsibility.
That got something to do with you.
I bet it's not your responsibility, Curtis. I bet it's not your responsibility.
When Daryl Ryder be on the radio talking about the lack of accountability, he's talking about Curtis. There's just no accountability.
There's absolutely none ever.
None. No accountability here in that hoodie. Okay.
Oh, also, prayers up to Daniel Jones, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Achilles tear for athletic quarterback. It's tough.
Also, prayers up to Phillip Rivers, who is now a part of the Indianapolis Colts.
He might play.
Oh, man. I don't think he
But JP was like, he must hate them kids.
That's the only thing I could think of, bro. You must really want to get away from them kids.
That house must not have no air conditioning or some shit like that.
Because, dog, you want to go play football again?
You want to go out there and go on the road and play ball. What they schedule look like coming up? Do they play any real hitters?
Their schedule to end the year is.
They still got to play the Texans, bro.
They play the Seahawks this week.
What?
Seahawks, Niners, home against the Jags, and they finish up. They're at the Texans. So,
what the fuck is wrong with him?
Yeah, bro. God bless.
He must need the money. Cost of living is going up, and he do got 10 kids. Like maybe we overthinking this. Maybe the brother needs to check because them Costco runs are expensive. Okay, like
10 kids is crazy.
10 in this economy?
And he got grandkids now too.
You put them motherfuckers to work, bro. I think one of my family members used to say this is like, you got more than 3 kids and you out here paying for childcare. That's wrong.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Hey, It ain't a lie.
That's real. That's real though. That's real.
Ain't a
you
lie.
got more than 3 kids, and you pay for childcare.
Well, you doing it wrong, bro.
Oh, but we are done with super chats. Let
You
me
sure
shout
Curtis
out.
you ain't getting none? Because they always be hitting me up. Curtis, get my super chat.
No, I don't think
We got them all. Relax. They good. We got them
You
all.
good? Popeye's customer service ass, right?
There he
Here, damn.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, they good. We got them. Damn, okay.
Yeah. Well, let me shout out everybody who super chatted. Since Curtis said we got everybody. All right, damn. Ray Rags, Cavs Cut Ups, Batter Up 9777, Young Blood Bake, Saying Soul, J Balls 92. Make sure we ain't miss Brando, my dog
Good
Brando.
Brando.
Trill Hill 7714, Kristen Corvia 9817, Zendot 17, Andre M. Laps, Autistic Kid, Key Raz, Domo.
He say it like that.
You know why I said it like that. Mike Walk 32. Shout out Mike.
Hey, Damo really like the Boston. Like, you know, you remember when you was watching like sports radio, you was a kid, there's always some fucking guy from Boston that like every sports talk show had beef with.
Mm-hmm.
What's the guy's name? Boston Rob or some shit like that?
It was the Bostonian.
The Bostonian. Yeah. He really like the black sports talk version of Bostonian.
And finally, Lucas Wisen 2043. Appreciate the super chat, y'all. Always love y'all.
Big shout out. Curtis, have you ended your feud with John Rivers?
No. We still don't know why he
Whoa. Whoa. Is that your burner, Curtis?
No, I think he's talking about Phillip Rivers.
No,
He was talking about Phillip. But that's a crazy double entendre.
Nah, damn. This is what we are.
I don't know why Curtis got beef with John. I don't know what John did. I genuinely don't. I have no idea. But he can't stand that man for whatever reason.
Have y'all ever met?
No.
No, he ain't never met. Me and John got beef, but me and John got beef for a different reason.
Well, y'all got beef for the same reason. I just didn't know.
We don't. We don't.
All right.
Me and John got beef because of Mason Graham.
Oh, he was an anti-Mason Graham?
Is
still anti-Mason Graham?
Yeah, he be tweeting. He's like bad player every time somebody bring him. I'm like, John, you only saying that because he went to Michigan. We already know.
Oh, is that what's going on there? Is Michigan? Yeah, the Mendoza thing gets weird because like some of the dislike of Mendoza, I'm like, oh, you don't like that Ohio State. It's like it gets different. Some Ohio State fans respect it, like most of them do. You beat Ohio State, they respect that. But some Ohio State fans, bro, you beat them, they'll never let that shit go.
No. Most Ohio State fans, especially the intersection of Ohio State and Cleveland Browns fans.
Mm-hmm.
If
you are a Browns fan more than an Ohio State fan, you end up respecting it because you want that person to help the Browns. If you are a Ohio State only fan, oh no, dog, like just shut up, Curtis. Shut up. Don't look up. Don't look up, Curtis. But if you are a only Ohio State fan, then that don't sound right either. If you only root for Ohio State, then
there you go.
Man, yeah, y'all get pretty weird about shit. Every time I tweet about Ohio State, I'm like, okay, these are the Browns fans who are Ohio State fans replied to me, and then the Bucknuts get up in there. I'm like, oh, them Bucknuts is crazy, bro.
The lunatic fringe.
Yeah. Why would you even think about quarterback when you could get Julian Sand next year? And I'm like, not gonna have that argument with you. I will let somebody else do that.
Don't get doxxed, brother. Don't get doxxed.
I think I saw Corey say the same shit where he was like, send that one out. Nope.
He wrote an article about Julian Sand, and he was like, please don't dox me.
I was watching Julius Sanders the championship game. Like, none of my thoughts will be tweeted. Nope. Nope. I will only tweet about how great Bo Jackson is. Well, that guy gonna be there 3 more years.
Man.
I saw some people say some shit about Julius Sanders. I'm like, wow. Okay.
Brave.
Ooh.
Brave man.
Brave man. Yeah, them Bucknuts. They the fucking Minaj stand, the Nicki Minaj stands of football. Okay.
You said that they're the barbs?
Yeah, y'all are the barbs of football. Well, are the Shedeur fans the barbs of football?
They might be.
They might be the barbs of football. No, Ohio State fans are like the Beyonce fans of football. Like, it ain't never gonna be wrong on their part. Like, it's always nope, just leave it alone.
Don't even do it.
Not gonna argue with you about her having Post Malone on that album. Nope, just gonna leave that one alone.
We're good. We're okay.
We'll move on. But yeah, shout out to everybody who super chatted. Shout out to John Rivers. Shout out to Damo. So you got to shout out the Ops every once in a while. You know what I mean? To keep things fair and balanced. Shout out to Curtis, man. Clap it up for Curtis, y'all. Clap it up for Curtis, man. Clap it up for Curtis, man. Drop a bomb for Curtis, man. You know what I mean? Air horn action. What's good, Curtis, man? Anything you got to say to the people?
Just shout out to the hardworking people in the community. You know, dentists, doctors, all those people.
Dentists and doctors.
Dentists and doctors. Okay.
Oh, that's a little too white collar for me, though. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Curtis done lost touch. You know what I mean? Like,
see what happens when somebody get a little money.
Yeah. What you shouting out
money?
YZ for, brother? Like,
Shout out to the construction workers. You know what I'm saying?
Curtis about to shout out black-owned businesses. That's what you meant about to do.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Shout out to the employees at black-owned businesses. Okay.
There we go.
There we go. You know what I mean? If you work a job and you got to put your feet and stomp on that little fucking rough ass mat, shout out to you. Shout out to you. You know what I mean?
Shout out to all the delivery drivers, Amazon, DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever you do. Shout out to
everybody who ever had to go to Payless at one point in their life. You know what I mean? Big shout out.
Big shout out.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
Yeah, big shout out. You know what I mean? Shout out to anybody who's ever been told you get 2 pairs of school shoes.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who remember Kmart. Shout out to
Damn, Blue Light Special, that boy.
Shout out to Kmart, man.
Yeah. Big shout out to Kmart, man. Wait, Curtis, you got any more shout outs?
No, that was it.
That was it? You just gonna shout out the upper class?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Curtis, right. Shout out to shift managers. Shout out
middle management, baby.
What they call that shit? The regional managers.
Oh yeah. Shout out to all custodial workers. All custodial workers. You know what I'm saying?
Custodial scientists, yes.
Yes, please shout out to y'all. The most important people in the building.
Hey man, shout out to that dude who work in fast food who they only trust to drop fries. You need a hero too. Okay.
Oh yeah, shout out to all the truck drivers. You know, we love y'all.
Oh yeah, big shout out truck drivers. I mean, shout out to all of our Uber drivers, food delivery folk. Shout out to all of our animators out there drawing that I will never watch.
Shout out to all the anime watchers, of course.
You know, shout out to all of the anime haters, of course. You know what I mean? Big shout out, man. Big shout out.
Oh, and shout out to our homie Mac, whose birthday was yesterday.
Oh yeah, the 30 Club. Yeah, Big
30
Mac.
Club.
Yeah. I know your back hurt, nigga. I know your back hurt. Oh shit.
Hey, we heard what you called Mac, by the way.
Oh, my bad, Mac.
Thank God the soundboard got in the way. You probably made Mac's day too. That's the funniest part. He's probably like,
I got too comfortable. I thought I wasn't at work for a second. Oh shit. Oh shit. But yeah, shout out to Mac, man. Shout out to Mac.
We about to go see Mac in like 2 seconds too.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace.